Hello everyone, my name's Kate and welcome to what is likely to be the finale for Metaphor ReFantazio. Last time we finally made our way into, well, the final dungeon, the Tyrant Star. And, well, again, this time we're probably going to try and beat the game today. Although, I've got some explaining to do. So remember how I said at the end of last episode that I'd do some farming? Well, about that, I did say I'd let myself get to level 99 if I could, and I damn well did. Furthermore, not only did I get to level 99, but I made it so that every single party member has every single class unlocked. Yeah. And I'm actually quite glad I did this because it actually let me learn something. There are additional rewards. So you know how whenever the archetype mastery percentage thing at the bottom right, you know how if you get to a certain percentage, more will give you will give you items and will give you those archetype experience items. But there's actually two special items two weapons he'll give you at certain mastery completions. One I think is 75, I assume, and then the other is 100. I don't know, but the point is you get two weapons for maxing out, for giving a character every single class, and these weapons are actually insanely good because they have special effects. So let's go over them, shall we? There's the Bodhisattva's mace, a mace wielded by a king who inspired hope across the land, significantly increases light attack. The dynastic blade, the greatsword of a peerless king who led it in troubled times, significantly increases slash attack strength. All creation fist of a king who split both heaven and earth to achieve his goals, increases strike attack strength. Axe of the old god, axe of a being who sought to destroy all in order to create anew, increases strike attack. Yggdrasil's staff, supremely made staff carved from the branch of the world tree, significantly increases strength of all magic. Heroine's fan carried by the embodiment of people's hopes and dreams, significantly increases the strength of all magic. Kongbing's signal, a hand signal of a genius tactician who strove for peace, significantly increases almighty attack strength. Save the King, a lance used to protect a king who overcame his weaknesses. It says to protect the people. Nullify electricity. King's Sovereignty, a fabled sword that can only be wielded by the chosen king, prevents anxiety for all allies. Apollo's 11th, a mechanical bow used by explorers of the sky, which makes it so that any multi-hit skills will always hit for the maximum amount. Fortune's Abacus, an abacus that brings good fortune, eliminates the cost of money skills. Mystic Crossier, a Kakara, used to call supernatural powers from the Sea of Souls, produces a turn icon cost of synthesis. Goemon's Hidden Blade, wielded by one who shielded the weak and vanquished the strong, increases success of stealing skills. Joker's Knives, daggers used by a rebel who laughed in the face of authority. That is 1000% a Persona 5 reference. Improves skills with random effects. Dragon's Legacy. That's actually the one that we already have. Sorry. But yeah, those items are all you get. But there is one more you get. Reverent Crown. Only one worthy of the throne can wear this crown. At the start of a turn, increases turn icons by 1. Protagonist only. Yeah, you get a lot of good stuff for getting all those classes and stuff. And I think we'll actually go ahead and equip these. You can trust in me. There are also some pretty useful accessories and stuff that you can get as well from some of the enemies here. In particular, the big noteworthy ones include the mirrors of Asaya and Atzilith, which repel physical and magic affinities. I also learned that Nearest here is cool to heal you up.
Yep.
which is what we'll go ahead and do. Because I had to just a little bit. And you can shop from nearest.
Actually,
So yeah, this is where you can get any supplies. He even sells Magla potions, which is nice. And he sells some basic equipment. But again, even if you need equipment, the better thing to do if you need equipment is just kill some of the enemies here, because they give legendary pieces of gear. I mean, those accessories I showed you, those are dropped from enemies here. And you can farm them technically. So yeah. I feel like there was something else I was going to show, but I cannot remember it. Oh yeah, speaking of weapons, I may have... there may be a specific weapon in here that I have like 100 of. Oh yeah. Wait, nope, not those. Wait. Come on, I know that I have a specific weapon here that I have like 1,000 of or something, or just like 100. Come on. I remember what it's called. I just don't see it for some reason. Am I going crazy? Maybe I am going crazy. What? I know there was a weapon that I kept getting. It was a katana. Oh, I'm blind as hell is what I am. Dissecting katana. I have 61 of these. Sorry. Anyways, now that we got all that, time to actually make our way to the final battle. But first, there's one thing we can do before that, which is before going to that final battle, there are these crystals, it seems. We saw one. We only looked at one previously, and the game seems to want you to destroy them. And as I saw from my guide that I'm no longer using because I don't really need it anymore, you can technically avoid destroying any of these and just go straight to the final battle. But if you destroy none of these and go for the final battle, it'll make the final battle a lot harder, but it'll also give you an achievement if you can win. But I think we should do what seems canonical almost, you know?
What now?
I will say this though, I've been farming for so long that I don't even remember like skills and all that. Gold Rush, Magic Font. The only downside is that there are too many skills. Heavy Pierce. Health Thrust is probably better, yeah. Do Health Thrust. Spiral Fist is just the better variant. For you, it would be better to use Medical. I'm okay with that. Oh god. Sorry about that. Electric. Whoops. Plunder Magic. Vijartha. I'm okay with Vijartha. What about this? Masked Revelry, Magic Font, Lucky... No. We can get you something more than that. HP, consumables. Effects of consumables by 2. Huh, I'm just trying to think. Ooh, wait, this actually might work. Increase the effects of recovery magic. Considering I'm going to keep you as a healer mostly, then I have no problems with doing this. I don't think I really need this, though. Maybe I should give you some kind of attack aside from fire, just so you can do something just in case. The question is, what would I want you to have? I feel like I don't have enough options for... What do I not have enough options? You know, I don't have enough options for dark. Where's Mudo? Mudodyne. There we go. I'll take Mudodyne. Yufa, Magic Font, Wind Dodge. Eureka Ice, why? I don't know why I have Wind Dodge on you. Oh, it's probably because I didn't have Ice Dodge at the time. Yeah, give you Ice Dodge. If I'm gonna have you use Gold Rush, or Gold Attacks, I'm using this one. And Basilio. You don't have anything! Aim support wouldn't be bad. Let's get heat up. Let's do... I could get prevents those. Allows one ally to enter one fatal attack, restoring them full P1 speed. You know what? We'll take that. We'll do critical trade. And I think I want you to have... I'm almost positive you have charge, right? If you don't, then I might not just do it. Never mind. I want to give him something. He's only got really like strike skills and one electric, so why not we give him something electric? No, he's already using it. Oh, you know what I want him to have? He has a really good move before. Radiant Crusher. Ignores resistances. Yeah, I'll give him that. I like that move. Alright. Let's see what this is.
Is that...
The size of that thing. A melancholia crystal. It's bigger than anything we've ever seen. This aura feels so much more intense than anything else. Alika speaks true. The scale of this magla is unlike anything we've ever encountered. We must be careful. Kind of reminds me of those servant statues back in the palace. And that means that there must be guards. Well, yep.
Careful now.
Didn't take long.
Don't tell me.
Something about that flapping sound. No, I remember it. It can't be. No time for talk. It comes.
Get ready.
I've never felt anything so horrendous. This is gonna be a fight for our lives, so be careful. You!
The human from the border fort? But it looks different somehow.
Diabolus Ascorlio. Oh, it's gonna be like amped up versions of all the main human bosses we fought throughout the game, isn't
Looks
it?
like we can't brute force through this one.
Alright. So that's how we're doing this, huh? Fine.
I show no mercy.
Plasma Knife Blade!
Formidable indeed.
Here I go. Heed me. Yes, I destroyed it.
I can't afford to hold back.
I'm not
I
the
shall vanquish
same
evil.
little weakling I once was. I'm something greater now.
Behold.
Oh
I
yeah,
walk a
by
royal
getting
path.
every character's royal class and talking to I forgot about that, but doing all that and then talking to more gives access
Let's set it up.
to Armageddon's final sire. Deals 9999 damage to all enemies. Requires 4 turn icons. We're definitely gonna have to see that once at least.
No, this will by this power.
For now, though. Here's proving.
Face me! Then again, a favor, if I may.
Take my fullest power. I shall put all
Dragon
on the
God.
line.
Warrior! I'll cut you down!
That's a Toby! Soul Scream. Limitless Fawn.
Quick, knock them off again.
Notchblade Slicer. Notchblade Spin. Notchblade Spin. I am the hero of this world. You will not defeat me so easily.
The magic seethes. Hey, don't get
Okay, if I miss though, that will actually cause me to... Gosh dang it.
critical hit. Heisme's a real ace. Summoner. I channel my power. That ought to turn the tide of the battle.
Hack and slash!
Oh my gosh, I hit that with a crit. That's insane. See ya. Gorlio down. Looks like we matched somehow. That was the third time finding that human.
That reminds
Come
me.
to think of it, you said you encountered it at the border fort. How'd make it your first human foe? I still remember. I was useless against it then. Not much different from when when my home burned. Things are different now. I'm different. I've got power enough to protect cities and the people within them.
Oh, definitely.
You'll take no more safe places from the people. Not on my watch. We'll take down Luis.
Yes.
Your words resonate with all of us, lad.
Here we go.
Also have to destroy the crystal. If you would, Will. Of course. Let's get rid of it. One down. I'll go ahead and weaken Luis a bit.
Just as I
I
thought.
don't sense as much Magla. It seems it's the same mechanism as the four statues in the royal palace. You believe it or are like the king's servants? How do you mean?
I dare
An
say-
incredible flood of Magla is corrupting this dreadful expanse. It seems that the crystals are made to absorb it, then to deliver and decant it elsewhere.
What?
Does that mean these strange melancholy crystals are feeding Luis incredible magic power? So we bust the crystals up. That means there's magic for Luis to play with, yeah?
Right.
It's certainly possible. There should be more crystals around. Let's find them.
Of course. Are we gonna end up... Oh, what the... Huh? What remains of the crystal is glowing brightly. What is this?
Look.
Look, something fell. And I can feel an incredible power from it.
Hero King's sword.
This
This is a weapon. Seems like it came out that crystal we destroyed.
The way the Magla courses through it. This is no ordinary piece of equipment. It far exceeds even Dracodios in quality. And why is such a thing here? It being in those ruins would be one thing, but this place was created by Luis, wasn't it? Perhaps these were within the royal scepter the whole time, in some sort of sealed form.
that reminds me.
The Fairy of the Trial of the Dragon said something similar, didn't she? About how the royal scepter was crafted using the Hero King's legendary weapons.
I dare say.
I wonder if that melancholy crystal was so potent because this weapon resided within its core. But now that's out of the crystal, we can use it ourselves, right? I'm sure we could put weapons like that to use.
You're right.
Two birds with one stone. Chipping away at Luis's power while increasing our own. Let's press on and destroy those other crystals.
With pleasure.
Let's go.
I should also...
now.
Apologies on the audio, again. You just had to change the audio. So, what... Is that... Wait, don't I already have that? No, I don't. Significant MP recovery while buffed. It's still not as good as this King's Sovereignty, but I'll take it. Does that mean there's probably like one main fight for each main character then? Well, let's first head back to nearest so that we can get ourselves a proper heal up.
In that case,
Let's head back.
Nearest! You know what kind of annoys me about this little rest area? The fact that it's so long and I'm not allowed to ride on my sword.
Oh,
yeah,
I know it's a very nitpicky thing to complain about, but it is annoying to me slightly. It's simply because this little area right here is so long. Again, it's just a patience issue for me. But oh well. Alright, one down. More to go. Again, we're going to be destroying all of these. Considering I managed to get myself to level 99, I think it's only fair that I have to do all of them. There's a part of me that's also thinking maybe it would be more fitting for me to try and fight the final boss without any weakenings, but at the same time, I feel like this is content that should be seen. I'm here for all the cool looking content of this game. This game has entertained me. This has been such an incredible game. I can't. I have to see everything.
Ready?
Let's do it. So is it going to be a different boss humans that we fought throughout the game? Let's see. What's this one?
over here.
Looks like this is the crystal we're looking for. No mistaking the stink of that murderous power.
Watch out!
Can sense it too. It's strong, everyone. Be careful.
What do we got?
There's an enemy.
Something's coming. Something huge. Roar. It's the very same I heard at the Grand Cathedral.
Oh god.
You're saying it's the beastie Louis brought to the capital?
incoming!
Kill as many times as we have to. Attack! Oh great. The egg! There he is. Oh god.
Come on. This
Here we
has
go
to
again.
work. It's the human we fought at the Grand Cathedral. It's even angrier now.
Diabolos Avades. It has come to my attention, apparently, that a bunch of the human enemy designs, I think, in this game are apparently based off some... I don't know who the person is, but it's apparently based off an old, like old paintings from somebody a long time ago, which I think is fascinating. I like it. I love these monster designs.
I'll use what I must. Slide!
Critical hit.
Well, there's my Night Blade.
Even my strength will be needed.
Just like last time, the goal was just to knock him down, but this time we don't have to worry about as many things.
I want to turn the tide of the battle. Now! Aim for the heart!
Get down here. Show me that bagpipe heart. Look at the amount of turn icons I have. Concentrate. You know what? No. I said we're gonna see it, and we're damn well gonna see it once. Armageddon's
Together
final
then.
sire!
Let's do this!
You think yourself equal to face me? Then again, a wise choice.
I shall do. I pray you're ready. I channel
Dragon
my
God.
power.
Are you prepared?
Master Toby!
Tougher than I thought.
Bro is going to not get a single turn at this rate.
The magic seed.
I have grown so much stronger than I once was. Unscathed triumph.
And that's that. It's definitely stronger than the last time we fought it, but not strong enough.
However,
It's an oddly nostalgic triumph. Back then, I thought only to protect the home of the prince, that he might someday return. It's my sole desperate intention. Though in fact, you've been fighting alongside His Highness the whole time. Indeed. But reflecting about it now, it was never an unnecessary detour. That journey fostered this power. It's the strength to confront anxiety and blaze the path to a brighter future. It was your greatest gift to me.
That's why.
Thus, I will use this power in your name. Your future is no longer yours alone.
You're right.
That's right. We'll have Will get his royal bum on the throne as just as soon as we thrown Luis out on his.
Yes.
Just so. There are several favors I would ask of you, not just as friend, but as king.
Got it.
Well, let's destroy the crystal. Go ahead, Will. Let's do it. Anar down.
That ought to have weakened Luis's power to a small degree. Let's keep this up and destroy all the crystals. We seek the remaining ones.
Alright. Instead of going to Nearest every time, I'm gonna go ahead and just start you. Ooh, wait a minute. Let's see what this one is.
Onward.
This is
Look.
Mage King's Staff, War King's Claymore, and the Hero King's Lance.
Oh.
Anything that we may add to our strength?
Alright.
Let's see what these do.
Now.
Increases strength of all magic. Increases critical hit chance. And significantly reduces damage of being hit by your weakness. Again, not better than the ultimate weapons that friggin' War seems to give. Anyways, as I was gonna say, rather than heading back to Nearest every single time we do this, what I'll instead do is use the items that Nearest's shop can give, and then at the end of it, I'll just go back and use Nearest's shop to fully get everything back. I've got enough money to do this, so why not? Alright, next up. There's one directly down from here. Out of the way! Ow.
Blades at the ready.
The only character who's not max level at the moment is Basilio, but I feel like he might be able to max level by the time we're done with these fights, maybe. Anyways,
Ready?
All right.
who's next?
I don't like this.
Who we got?
Look.
Here's a crystal. Let's break this one down too.
Please take
Be careful.
care.
Some kind of aura is rising.
Incoming.
Something's coming. Watch out!
Look.
Everything's shaking.
I know that rumbling sound. Oh, I think I do too. Big snake, sandworm. There can be no doubt. It's a familiar warning.
Stay on guard.
Unpleasantly familiar, yes. I've no fond memories of our first trial with this beast, but we must rally to the fight.
Yep, there you are.
This is the one from the desert. I don't need flashbacks to getting eaten.
Diabolos Butera. Let's do it.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Quick change hearts.
They take my fullest power.
We'll slow their attack and defense.
I call upon royal power within.
Concentrate.
By this power.
Heroes proving.
A wise choice.
I pray
Let's
you're
our
ready.
stats one more time. Feral bite. It would have been funny if if it just immediately targeted a Heisme. Ah, crap, that's annoying.
Stroll, your speed's down.
Let's fix that, shall we?
This should work. I knew you'd help.
That was helpful.
Much thanks.
Prince! This is it!
Royal slash.
Now accept your fate. I leave it to you.
Take my fullest power.
I channel my power.
The enemy still stands.
No holding back!
Azutomic! Another one down. Let's get that. A good thing too. Not about to let that thing swallow me a second time.
Sandworms are always the worst. They've been nothing but trouble since the start of our journey.
Look at this.
Remember, it was still the two of us making our way to the Grand Dread. In the middle of the desert, we were attacked by them.
I actually do remember that. We just fell off the carriage ride and then suddenly there were just a bunch of sandworms.
Seems like a lifetime ago. Can't believe we got this many friends on our side now. Can't we find Luis himself?
Come a long way from then, haven't we?
True.
Yes, it is an old kind of family we forged since we began our path. Here's how our numbers grew. Though, of course, Nearest would have it that we grew too many. I bet that's where our real power comes from. It's power Luis can't believe in, since he just wants a world where people have only themselves to rely on.
Because
That's what we gotta show him. We have to prove that connecting with each other can be strong enough to change the world we live in.
Yeah.
Let's teach that snaky bastard a lesson. There are things in this world worth believing in, even if you can't see it.
All right.
Also, let's destroy the crystal. Will, the deed is yours.
I'll do it. Another down.
yeah.
We're making good progress. Even if only a little, the magic reaching Luis should be weakening. It's still a crystal left. Let's track it down.
It's basically a boss rush is what it is. Ooh.
Okay. Hey.
Brawler King's Fist, Hero King's Mace, and Hero King's Abacus.
Very nice.
Belong to the Hero Kings themselves.
Now,
The mace prevents mental status ailments. That's actually really good. I like that a lot. The Hero King's Lance significantly reduces damage of being hit by your weakness. Not bad. Brawler King's Fizz reduces the cost of attacks that use HP. Pretty good. And Hero King's Abacus significantly decreases the cost of money skills. Yeah, well, it doesn't make them. It doesn't make them literally zero, so it's technically a worse version of the Fortune Abacus. But that's still funny to me. That this just makes it free. All right, let's move. Okie dokie.
It's
So it seems like all the ones in this area have been destroyed. I mean, we gotta go forward.
spotted. On your guard.
Go away.
Victory is ours, and safety hard won.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
What do you think?
Let's move forward. And she doesn't actually tell me, like, hey, there's still some strong crystals here. Alright. Here we go. Now this area's turn. You can probably go and just afford to use... Just give me the fairy dust.
All right. How's that?
You can do it.
Exemplary.
Get rid.
Our immediate vicinity is secure. We should be safe.
Want to kill Alp.
Do it. I must do this. That worked out. Keep it up.
This is one of the spots that I farmed for a little bit on. Those accessories that I got that prevent physical and mental magic attacks. These giant teeth here are the ones that give it, I'm pretty sure. They rarely spawn sometimes when you're just like killing the enemies here. There's also a gold variant which spawns the other accessory, but
Ready?
All right.
alright, if it's going in order of bosses, and there's only one boss I can think of that this one's gonna be. And I'm already gonna hear that damn child again. Alright, let's do it.
But this is.
A melancholy crystal here too. It's a staggering amount of magla.
No, man.
Bound to be another human nearby. So who's next in the curtain call?
Incoming.
It's gone stronger. Beware, it comes forth.
Laughter. Oh, the horror. The beast crawled from hell to meet us.
What?
What are you talking about? Why does it sound like a baby?
Watch out!
Make sure your legs don't give out when you see it. And be careful. By now, I bet starving.
The child's returned.
Ugh, that demon baby from Krigante Castle? I thought we'd seen the last of it!
Diabolos Geluso.
I'll use what I must.
This time, you're dying quick.
Die!
Oh, souls of kings, give me strength!
Thank God.
I destroyed it!
Crap.
It's not going anywhere
Lost.
with this!
They already destroyed one of their eyes.
They're totally fireproof!
Are you prepared?
You better use something else. Looks like we can't brute force through this
Hack
one.
and slash. They die hard. I come forth, royal soul. Wind.
Emerald Vortex.
Let's
Now
push
we won't know
through.
where we are. Come on, this is our chance.
Doesn't have anything to steal, it looks like. Quick change arts.
Summoner.
Dragon God. See your bite. You missed?
She's doing great.
Ugh. Still hate this stupid child.
I'll cut you down.
I'll be happy to see you gone.
Not done yet. Hold back. This is
Be
it.
gone, beast! Ugh. Ugh. Good riddance.
Right then.
Ah, we beat it.
Still, you lot have to see that bloody creepy thing before.
Yes.
The Lady of Mateo was raising it as a replacement for the child she lost.
Sounds familiar. That'd be that Cinctrus, eh? The one you dragged out to the exhibition.
I learned then that when faith dies, tragedy is born. Those who have faith in nothing only have the past to hold on to. I think Luis is the same way. He seeks revenge on the world for the despair of seeing his home turn to ash. Maybe he believes this to be justice.
But
I know how he must feel, but I also know how enough to say he's going about it all wrong. Luis must be stopped. It's because of that day that you awakened me and I gained this power, that I can now think this way.
Right.
Well said. We can't let this country get raised before the good prince even has a chance to rebuild.
All right.
Well, you gotta break the old to build a new. So give the crystal your best shot, Will. With pleasure. See ya. Another one down.
all right.
That went well. Surely this ought to have reduced the magic power reaching Luis. Come, we break the other crystals. Let's find the rest. What remains
Now then.
is
This
mine.
is great.
Gunner King's bow, Thief King's katana, and Faker King's daggers.
Splendid.
Transcendent.
What now?
Significantly increases slash attack strength. Significantly increases Pierce attack strength. Significantly increases the strength of synthesis skills that cost 0 MP. Not bad.
It's not good enough for the weapons I have now.
I do love that they're like ultimate weapons, though. They're obtained in the ways that they are.
What now?
As always, we make sure everybody's topped off. These are not the items that... I'm an idiot. I've been using the wrong item the entire time to heal up. The Magla pills are not what Neurus's shop sells.
They saw us. Belt
It's the Magla... It's the Magla potions that he sells. It looks like there are just 2 left. I'm pretty sure one's gonna be the one on that dragon, but what's the other one I'm forgetting? Oh god, I just remembered it, and I think that one's next. I remember. Yep, I remember now.
Looks like we shook them.
Alright,
Ready?
time to sail the 7 seas. This guy. I remember now. But I don't see any water here, so I wonder how he's gonna look, unless water's just gonna appear.
All right.
Melancholia crystal looms. Let us see it shattered.
Don't lose focus.
Gonna mean another human looking to stop us. Keep your guards up. Where is it?
They're upon us.
Here it comes. I sense a human's presence.
What is that?
It's a sound. It's like a storm at sea. Only one human of the sea I can remember. Never thought I'd see it here.
I'll do it.
Fine by me. This time I can crush it with my own hands.
Yep, you. Hey there, buddy.
Is this that sea monster from before? What the heck's it doing on land?
Diabolos Sabata.
Face me! Ha! Good. Do not relent.
This time, you're going down.
Every
Fast.
kings, give me strength.
Are you
All of you
prepared?
monsters may be strong, but I have the greater strength than ever.
I won't hold back. The magic seed.
I hit
Power of kings.
10,000, 11,000 damage.
I leave it to you.
Summoner, I channel my power.
One turned. This is kind of satisfying. After all the pain some of these bosses brought, oh, it feels good to just crush them. And I can't wait to do the same to Luis.
How's that?
Everyone will now be level 99 for the final battle.
Yeah, that feels nice.
There goes that one.
Actually,
A monster just now. That was a human that once lived off the island's coast, was it not?
yes.
Yes, the very one we fought off on our way to your shores. Only managed thanks to the brothers' efforts.
Sam.
That dad got hurt. But even then, he didn't stop pushing himself. Too stubborn to be talked out of it.
But
Got insight now, though, don't I? Can't tell he was always like that. Can tell he was always like that. He was a big brother after all. Probably felt like he had to stay tough when I couldn't. Riley was the same way. She shouldered every burden all by itself. But I guess that's how older brothers and sisters are.
Aye.
I guess it's part of something Dell gave me. He's still with me that way. We're still fighting together. It's same with you, innit, Lady Juna? You and Rella.
Naturally.
Of course. I'm carrying her and her wishes with me. That's why I can't lose now. Can't afford to let her see me at my lowest again.
all right.
All right, let's crack the crystal then. The strike is yours, Will. Let's do it. Destroy.
Steady does it.
nice.
That should mean less power for Luis.
All right.
You're doing great. Let's just find the ones that remain.
Only should be one last one remaining. It's the monster that was in Yufa's village, that invaded Yufa's village, and the one that was possessing the Dragon King,
Right
the,
then.
the Dragon God.
Look,
Hero King's banner and Hero King's fan.
Nice. What now?
Exquisite fan increases evasion against slash, pierce, and strike, and prevents physical status ailments. Not bad. Yeah, the last one should be that human that ran into Yufa's village and was controlling the Dragon God. All right, let's go face it then. Last human. And once we beat this, it should reduce all of Luis's extra power that he could have, making crushing him all the more satisfying once we get to him. So let's get to it, shall we?
ready?
Here we go. One last human. One last Melancholia crystal.
Please take care.
Let's do it.
No then.
Looks like we got crystal here. Let's try and cut off the Magla.
But
Careful though. You know there'll be a human just waiting to... Yep, you're right.
Keep your wits about you.
Spear of the devil. Brace yourselves. It's upon us.
Shadowy Han. Shove it. It's the same human that attacked my village.
Guess I stuck to your dragon god then. Sorry overstayed its welcome.
Go!
But we've been it once already, haven't we? Let's get this over with.
You.
It's the human from Yupa's village. This time, we'll make sure it stays dead.
Diabolos Margot.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one. A critical hit.
Crit.
My real summoner. I channel
The
my
dragon god
power.
wants to say hello again.
I call upon royal power within! Prince! The magic seals!
Now accept your fate.
Here I go.
He wants to say
I
hello
shall
again.
put all on the line.
I shall
And
vanquish
Midthorn wants
evil.
to say hello. Oh.
Tougher than I thought.
You better hope that it's something that gets blocked, that blocks something.
What's happened?
I don't need those buffs. They just make it quicker.
Let's go.
If you want to do it that way, we can absolutely do that. See ya. That's all the melancholy crystals dealt with now. Luis's power should be at a minimum now. And that's it. The deed is done.
Very well.
Now I remember the day I took Dracodios in hand and truly protected my village for the first time. You chose to live and fight for your village instead of clinging to the ease of martyrdom. Indeed, you showed yourself to be an admirable priestess.
I won't.
Now that I've been on this journey with you all, I know I made the right choice. I'm so glad I had the chance to see the world beyond me. To ever reject others and close your eyes is a protection of a kind. You never see what you do not wish to. You also never see the beauty of the unknown.
Yes.
Perhaps that's what the archetype's power is to me. The power to open my eyes and confront an unknown world. Though even if it's flawed, or full of all kinds of problems, really, I don't want Luis to destroy the world I've come to know. You've got the right idea. No world deserves to be destroyed. No.
Then.
Now, let's knock out that crystal. Go for it, Will.
Let's do it. Last one. Gone. For that, no more power, extra power for Luis.
Nice.
Let's last the crystals. The magma in the air is much less dense than when we arrived. The streams of magic should be weak enough for us to confront Luis. We must go and exact justice.
Let's hurry.
The time's finally come. Let's go. Luis is waiting for us. Let's do it. And the last crystal of
Let's do our
items,
best. This
the King's Crossier and the Annihilator King's Axe.
simply
Well then. What now?
King's Crossier increases max MP by 30%, and Annihilator King's Axe increases damage when breaking through resistance. It's very cool. I like it. Alright. Only one main fight remains. The entire game's been building up to this. To this one monstrous man. It's time to bring him to justice. Let's go stop Luis.
Draw steel. We are spotted.
Run! Would you leave me alone?
do this.
Such
Thank you.
skill. What now?
We're gonna go ahead and just use... We'll use some Echo Pills. Oh boy. Here we go. This is it.
Yep.
I'm kind of sad that it's going to end, but at the same time, I can't wait to see how it ends. Let's do this.
Look,
We should be able to proceed from here. It's connected to that odd light, I suspect.
Yep.
It feels magla from here. When we cross, Luis will be waiting.
At last.
Last, the time's come to decide the true victor. This will be the final time we fight Luis.
I'll
We
definitely.
can't allow the royal magic to be used for destruction. It's up to us to stop him. So let's bring the curtain down and end this farce, once and for all.
Should we keep going?
It's all been building up to this. Ready? Time to deal with Luis.
Let's end this.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go. Here we come, Luis. There you are. No more running.
I confess, I did not believe you would actually survive the gauntlet.
Oh, please. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Nothing could stop us from getting to you.
I can accept that you hate injustice. Maybe we do share that. But I have to ask, Luis, why go to this extreme? Is it because you're elder? You saw your village destroyed for petty, evil reasons. Is this revenge?
Revenge? Ludicrous. That would accomplish nothing.
So why then?
An entire tribe does not become so derided to the point of genocide by authority figures alone, but by the vice of the society in which that ignorance is born. Indeed, it would be equally petty of me to take only the heads of the few familiar guilty, for my own satisfaction, no less. No, I would not repay injustice with injustice.
then why? You drew the entire nation into your scheme without hesitation. If not revenge, then what would compel you to such ends?
It is true that I was born in the ancient sanctum, but I never held any fondness for that place.
Really?
The Elder have long lived in hiding, clutching the truths of the world to themselves alone. A tribe of doors locked and secrets encoded. I wanted to change that isolation. And then, at long last, a man from outside the village came to visit. None other than your father, Prince.
Hypodius?
Though royalty, he dreamed that the tribes might stand side by side as equals. And he rejected none of our village's history, however inconvenient to his worldview. I saw him with the eyes of a child. And for the first time, I felt a dream stir. Were there more idealists like him in the world outside? Was my life of hiding at an end? Under the canopy of that gloom-thick forest, all I wanted was to leave and live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. As for what happened to the ancient sanctum afterwards, it is a story you've already been told.
It was set aflame and crushed beneath the church's heel. The Sanctist warrior monks and ordinary guardsmen alike, all in the palm of Forden's hand.
Neighbors and kin I'd known all my life were soon nothing but ash on the wind. Too quick to realize their own deaths. I was but a child, trembling before a wall of fire. It was a massacre. It had nothing to do with any hate on either side, or retaliation for any perceived offense. It was only pure injustice. A selfish act of devastation. One thought alone burned in my mind. I would never let it happen again. And so did I walk onward.
Is that why you're doing all this?
It was tragic.
It's still not right what you're doing.
Thus, I choose to make this a land of eternal, perfect equality, even should it cost my life. I shall return the anxieties endowed upon this scepter, and let it be heard. To burden others with your own fears and responsibilities is cowardice. My royal magic shall craft a world where that cannot be. Such cowardice dies.
Such a lonely way of thinking, though.
What a lonely way to see things.
That's what turned you so cold-blooded, eh? First I've heard of it, but... Sorry. Means we got all the more reason to kill ya.
Luis! You're not describing a nation that condemns evil. You're describing a nation that's entirely blind to it. A land of amoral beasts, not people. In the end, I think you're still trapped. You've been stuck in that night of flames all your life. You don't trust anyone. That's why you can only imagine a world apart from you. Unless you can face that anxiety within yourself, then you're no different from everyone you've rejected.
So be it. From the beginning, I have championed world order determined by power. All that remains is for me to realize my truth by burying you beneath it. You are not the sole wielders of these lost archetypes. I am Luis, bearer of the royal scepter. With only a thought, the power of kings is mine to command.
He's gonna use archetypes too, isn't he?
What?
Behold, and I will reveal the secrets still
Crap!
beyond you.
Yep, he does have his own archetypes. Here we go. What the? What the? What in the world?
Come, we decide our world's future here.
Let's do this.
Our land is consumed with anxiety as it has never been before. All of it, foundation for my new, better world. You are but an audience, powerless to tread on history's stage. Let it begin.
We fight for your ideal world. Here and now. We'll take him down.
Archdemon Luis Caradrius. Quick change arts.
Summoner.
Start with a dragon.
I shall put all on the line.
We did.
Yuba, come on.
No,
focus.
what's...
Can I not hit him? No, we can.
Come
That was just
forth,
bad luck.
Royal Soul.
Looks like we can't brute force
Demon
through this one.
Lord.
This is it.
Take this.
Quad wing pierce.
You cannot run
Block.
from your fate.
Boatona.
Oh, power of kings!
Your strength is nothing to me. Elusive dream.
Summoner. I channel my power.
Warrior. I'll cut you down.
Asutome!
Let's go. The magic seed.
Face me! I show no mercy!
Take this.
Quad wing pierce.
Your desperation shows.
Anxiety
Come to
convergence.
me.
Luis is gathering an unbelievable amount of magla around him. We can't let him finish whatever he's doing. Try to interrupt his attack somehow.
All right,
Focus your
break it.
attacks. We've got to stop him before he takes us out in one
Take
shot.
my fullest
Got it.
All right. The magla buildup's dissolving.
No.
Ah, there we
I
go.
call
That was
upon
easy.
Royal power within.
Take it.
By this power.
I can't imagine this is the only phase.
I'll use what I must. Ha! Die!
Summoner. This please go right ahead.
I will vanquish evil. They die hard.
Very good. By all means, challenge me. Stake everything you have on this battle.
I am.
I will face your convictions head on and crush them. This is but my first step towards my ideal world. There is no
Secunda.
hope for you. Face my wrath.
Octowing crush. Blizzaton.
You cannot run
Nope.
from your fate.
She's doing great.
I sure can.
Prince. The magic seed. A tough one.
You want to bet? I'm doing it right now.
Apologies.
Here I
Would
go.
you finish it?
I channel
Bye,
my
Luis.
power.
I do not fear death. And yet,
That's definitely, that can't be the end of it.
I think we've won this one.
so the power I have now is not enough. The Magla drawn to the royal scepter has faded more than I expected. Just as I thought. I would be a fool to underestimate you, but I made a decision that day. Even if history remembers me as a destructor king, I will put an end to the injustices of this world.
What now?
What? What are you?
I commend you. Clearly no half measures will do. If I am to take your lives, I must stake my own, and all its power.
What now?
Damn! We can't get close! Tis a tremendous aura!
I have a vision, and you will interfere with it no longer. Wait!
Cardrius!
It's his gauntlet runner.
Luis still has the royal scepter. If we let him buy time, there's no telling what he'll do.
Bloody hell! We can't even go after him.
There's no time to go back down to land and reorganize. We'll do whatever it takes to get that scepter back before the dawn.
What now, though? Yours? Please tell me you got the collar runner up.
Ah, everyone! That bastard Luis took to his Skyrunner!
Yes, we know. Can you go after him?
It'd be suicide, lad. Oh, suppose it's too late to back down now.
Please.
Well, I was saving some reserve power for the trip home. But if we're using it here, we're using it here.
We'll just have to yoink his ship, I guess, by the end of this. The gauntlet runner's near its limit. If we catch up to him, we may not have a way to get into the Cardrius. We don't have a choice. We need to put a stop to Luis. To the destruction he would cause.
Well, chums, batten down the hatches and brace for the storm.
Let's do it.
Hop to it now! Get in! I'll just fire up the...
Look over there! Enemies!
You're kidding me.
Of all times.
Ah! Lot of humans!
Wait, how many are there? Where did they all come from?
He's trying to slow us down. Ain't like Luis to put off a fight, but I suppose he's too cornered to be picky anymore.
Hold on! The old girl's still barely holding together. She can't take off that quickly.
What do we do?
Then we fight.
Your Highness, you get in the runner first. We'll buy you some time for takeoff.
What? We can fight them together.
We can fight them together.
No. Even if we get the Skyrunner off the ground, it'll all be for naught if anything happens to you.
What?
No need to fuss anyway. We'll just kick them around for a bit while preparations are underway. Does that work for everyone else?
I don't...
Fine. Suppose I'll keep you company.
Had you not suggested it, I would have done so myself.
I don't want
What
to...
else are we gonna do? Twiddle our thumbs inside while Norris does all the work.
Near us. Don't let us down now.
Right. I'll get it done, damn it. Hop in, Your Highness.
Fine. You guys better not die, though. I swear.
Well, let's do this.
We hold the line!
Stay strong. Please.
We must endure this.
Hulkenberg!
Please. Come on. on,
it?
Eris.
We're powered.
Go!
Not good. They're going for the Sky Runner.
Not good!
Not on my watch.
No!
Let's wreck him.
Stroll! Guys!
What are you doing?
Sure you want to die next to me, old man? Thought you ate platypus.
No!
It's true, I don't understand you and I never will. But I know I don't hate you, boy.
Let's go!
Aye!
Come on.
We fly!
Go! No!
What? A noble must protect his people! Take this!
Stroll. Guys. No.
Finally, I've earned my title.
No! Please.
She flies. Straight and steady. Our kingdom is in your hands, my prince.
No.
We gotta go back! They're going to!
We can't go back now.
We have to!
Please.
Take cover in the back. You made my dreams come true. You and the rest of them. If we live, we'll meet again.
No.
What are you?
Let's fly!
Nerds! No. Nurse. Please tell me Nurse is okay. Where? No. I don't want to lose all of them. You.
You've lost everything, and yet still here you stand. I must say your audacity is almost admirable.
For the world we all dreamed in.
However, you rejected me, and I will not relinquish the royal scepter. Since we cannot come to terms, we can only decide this through battle.
Of course.
I have but one final question. Prince, do you wish to stop me? Or do you wish to be king? What is it you truly want?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You must hold ideals of your own. When will such empty ambitions come to fruition, I wonder? In life's balance, dreams that don't come true are equal to lies, but it hardly matters now. My ascension is complete. With my own hands, I will tear apart these lie-laced dreams and bury the past. Here ends the royal bloodline and the legacy of the archetypes. We stand on the threshold of a new dawn. A new age.
I can't listen to any more of this. What new age? What do you know about him? All you do is destroy. You refuse to believe in dreams. That's why you can't believe in anything that's gradual, complicated, and slow to change. All that means is that you give up on everything. You'll never beat us. You're nothing but a coward, trying to escape this reality for one you made up.
The time for words has passed.
Why? Because you're scared of them? Nothing but a coward. It's what you are.
So be it.
Bring it.
Such intense magla.
I won't give up. You right, Galka? Ow.
The quintessential force of the archetype. Is this all?
Such strength. How? It's happening so quickly.
Behold! This is the Royal Scepter's potential.
God.
Resist no longer. As I said, I would rather not force needless death upon you. Embrace it once more. Take your true form and become worthy of my new world.
No! Doing it again!
You are unfazed by the melancholy. Yet you thirst. Drink deep of the magma.
Stop!
Oh no! Not again!
Please.
What?
Huh?
Stop! No!
Oh.
No!
What? What the?
This can't be! Wake up! I said wake up! Hey! Please!
My obstacles are clear.
The boy
Open your eyes!
is no more.
Wake up! Please! You have to wake up.
What? The book. Please. Academia? What?
Where?
More.
Are you awake now? I summoned you just in time. Do you remember what happened? What you've done?
What? I ripped out my...
I'm frankly amazed you would go to such lengths, even to fight back against the spell. If I hadn't saved you, you really would be dead. But rest assured, you're finally safe. As for where we are far, far away from that hellish world.
What do you mean?
Do you remember the first time we met? I was sure you would find a clue in your journey that might reveal where in the world this place is. So I believed anyway, but I was wrong. From the start. This place is... It was never of that world to begin with. No. Maybe there's a better way to put it. This is a place that exists between reality and fantasy.
Between?
In other words, the world we've been living in is fantasy. The journey was all an illusion.
What do you mean?
An illusion?
There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it.
Are you saying you just want me to abandon it?
But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page.
The real world.
Now, behold!
More? What do you... What? What the... It's the real
Isn't
world.
this- Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel.
What?
Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is... reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story, just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality.
Admit that everything was just a lie? What's going on?
Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What about my friends?
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I don't want to give up.
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
Yalka?
What?
Her voice.
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart.
Who are you?
Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it.
Who are you, Moore?
Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure.
It was all it was really all illusion. Even magic.
You still don't believe me. Why is that?
This place isn't real.
This place? I know it's not real.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there.
We're just escaping one fantasy to another.
You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This isn't a utopia.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
I've been thinking about it for some time. Does the novel truly depict the ideal world?
You mean you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is utopia?
Yes, I will. I understand now. It's hard to say it, but this place isn't an ideal world after all. And
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier.
music. Amelia, I've come to know echoes around me, causing my spirits once more. Magic hasn't been lost.
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly,
I'm sorry, Moore, but I can't. Who are you, though?
I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child.
So my assumption was right. I had a sneaking suspicion there was only one person I could think you to be. But I wasn't convinced but I couldn't be convinced until I had more information. But you're Hythlodius, aren't you? Hythlodius the Fifth.
Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Me. If I were to call myself by a name you know, my name is Hythlodius the Fifth. I once reigned as king.
Hythlodius.
Or I am half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you and this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth, when first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me a discarded shadow of idealism.
This is the world that you wanted.
I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time.
I'm not going to die.
If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
The battle's not over yet.
The battle's not over yet.
You are on the cusp of dying in Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is.
Bring it then. More. No.
I suppose our promise to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream.
King Hyphlodius V.
Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I will not betray my ideals.
I don't want to turn my back on my ideals.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help. Beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
No. I refuse. More.
I'll cut through.
I won't give up.
You would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness. You must face reality.
The blade's edge.
I won't give up.
Still up?
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why do you resist it now? Why refuse me?
I don't want to fake utopia. I'll make it real.
This is for your sake.
Seeker's Gale.
Reasonable. Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand.
Enough.
So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you. What power. To see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
You gave up. I won't.
You gave up on your hopes, but I will not.
What? You think I chose to give up? Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here?
What the? Huh?
Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last...
Is this the ultimate archetype?
Across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind. To unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Hulkenberg.
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness!
Joel.
How? Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
Those are my friends.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power.
My friends are alive.
Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I want to try.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
I'll go as far as I can.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author more, but as your father, the king.
Or... the city before me fades away. I'm back in academia. I wrote my ideas as a fantasy novel because I believe that there's more in power in fantasy. Though all my stories ultimately did was trail in the glories of the past, perhaps yours will show us the true power of fantasy.
Now then.
So carry on as you would. Make your final preparations. My time as Moore may be coming to an end, but I can continue to serve you in that role. The last time I'm here... a scroll contained the formula for the royal magic. I finally understand it all now. This is unmistakably the formula for the royal magic invoked by the king. Small wonder it was found in this room, for I myself am the former king who wrote it, at least in part. The royal magic brought many wonders to fruition, but the essence of my spell stemmed from one simple wish.
That means...
the desire for guidance. One who would bring about the emergence of a hero, a seeker who would play an indispensable role in making this country rediscover the virtue it has lost.
However...
not in my wildest fantasy could I have imagined that you, who I thought long dead, would become that hero. With the power of guidance, a hero emerges. And the seeker archetype I was awakened to was...
yes.
After I committed the formula, I used the royal scepter to invoke the magic that would put things into motion upon my death. Once again, those words coursed through my mind. I know not what spurred me to do so, but I wrote them all down with frantic urgency. That's why the language of a faraway land is scrawled throughout the scroll. Even now, I don't know the full significance of them. However, I can only imagine they were an essential part in reaching the true seeker I sought. In any case, that very hero appears before me now. The cogs that have been set in motion can no longer be stopped. Oh, great hero. I entrust the future of this kingdom to you.
All right.
Let's go. When you leave that door, a predicament awaits you. If that's even a strong enough word, Luis transformed into a demon and at its side, death itself.
However...
but you have already overturned your fated demise once. If you do emerge victorious and become king, you will truly have proved your ideals correct. That fantasy is not just an empty dream, but one with the power to change the world. It seems as though my novel has outlived its usefulness. Feel free to leave the old book here. From now on, you'll be the one writing the story. Your own true tale of fantasy.
The kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality.
I will.
Now, onward of a new dawn.
Farewell, Moore. King Hyphlodius. What?
Everyone! He's awake!
Guys! You guys are okay! Ah! Guys!
The stars.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
Yeah, how are you all alive?
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
How the... Doris!
Well, don't leave out Heismay. Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Your wings can...
Never again.
Your wings can fly?
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed.
Oh,
It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked. True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse.
Speaking of Luis, where is he?
What?
Is that him? Come. Let's end this. You thought me dead? Face me.
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared.
Yeah.
Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies?
You're just scared.
I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
What the? What the? Huh? What happened? Oh, God.
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's end this.
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
A human.
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew.
Jesus.
You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this. For the sake of our world.
The Mask of Ire. Mask of Mirth. Mask of Joy. Let's end this. Quick change arts.
Summoner.
Dragon God, modify.
Now, what's the play?
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I call upon royal power within!
Concentrate. Focus.
Let's go.
Of old, and its people shall...
Heroes cry.
Now accept your fate. I have my
Vijata.
methods.
There is no
Souls
power.
of kings, give me strength. I shall put all on the
Dragon
line.
God.
Are you prepared? Hack and slash.
Hatsutami!
Right on target. Nice one, Troll.
Let's work together. Not this. Prince! This is it!
Right slash!
Nice hit. That was perfect.
I show no
Last one,
mercy.
Knifling!
Everyone is summoner.
Burn. Cold world. Collecting anxiety as it reaches peak.
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself
New Dawn sacrifice.
to the new age.
What the?
What? Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're puppets?
What's he trying to do?
Sensing Deadly Magla and the puppets. Attack him before he
I
swallows
call upon
more.
royal power within!
Stop that.
Yes, the puppet
Tougher
Magla
than I
made
thought.
it.
It's gone.
I will fight with pride. Come forth, royal soul. The magic seed.
Royal slash.
A tough one.
I'll use what I must. Ha!
Knifling!
Apologies. Would you finish
My
it?
fullest power. I shall put all on the line.
Dragon God.
Help me finish this.
No holding back!
There goes one of the masks.
Let's stay calm. I won't hold back. Maybe I'll get some distance. Forward! This'll do.
Get rid of that invasion.
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth.
I just realized those things on the side. It's our characters, isn't it? Or it's different races.
Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
With the sacrifice lost, the area is calm. Debilitate.
My strength.
Shatter!
Ah.
Sacrifice
New Dawn's sacrifice.
To the new age.
The sacrificial dolls are about to be swallowed.
You've got a bunch of ailments
Now
slowing you down,
accept your
Captain.
fate. 'Tis best used.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I owe you.
Here I go.
Power in your fantasy.
I channel my power.
Dragon God.
The enemy still stands.
Are you prepared?
Hasutami!
Yes! The puppet's back was mating.
Behold, by this power.
Heroes proving.
You think yourself equal to a youth?
Two masks down. One mask remains.
Of kings.
Rancor.
Nightblade.
Summoner. Please go right ahead.
Concentrate. Area's clean. Heat riser.
Sacrifice.
New Dawn's
yourself
sacrifice.
To the new age.
Let's go. No. We gotta come forth, Royal Soul.
Royal Slash!
The puppet's back was mating.
I'm a Nightblade.
I can do this. I shall put all
Dragon
on
God.
Help me finish this.
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you
Cut
down.
him up!
They die hard.
By this power.
End it!
My world. My perfect world.
Oh, God!
Not yet. I refuse. I won't let it end like this.
Jesus Christ.
You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Yeah.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
I'll figure something out.
Let's end this.
I can protect us. This is
The
our
final
last
battle.
chance. We've come this far. We have to end this here and now.
Destroyer Caradrius. Can't target anything else here. It's just the Caradrius.
'Tis best used.
My
I'm
thanks.
gonna go ahead and give that.
I'll take my fullest power.
Warrior.
Concentrate. Heroes cry.
Oh, power of kings.
Quick change.
Summoner, I channel my power.
Dragon God.
Warrior.
I'll cut you
That's
down.
it, Tommy!
By this power.
Heroes proving.
Some darker
Element
arts.
Knife Blade!
I can do this.
Dragon God. Music's like academia? Critical!
Right on target.
Behold,
Nice one, Stroll.
I walk around. This is
Royal Slash! Yeah.
still here?
Why? Why can you not understand my ideals? Feel true.
High pressure. An air of extreme intimidation prevents action.
A world born of fantasy. It must not be given to
The cold world. Takunda. The link has been severed. Soul Scream. Unsullied Radiance. You missed.
Beautiful dodge, Heisman. His aura's overpowering. It's making it harder to fight. Just hold on.
Rancor!
You won't get away with this.
Apologies. Would you finish it?
Ready. I channel my power.
Dragon God.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Are you
just guard it
prepared?
down.
Hack and slash.
Hasutobe!
They die hard.
We'll do this together.
Shall we end this?
The magic
Royal
seed.
Slash!
my world! But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Huh? What the?
Dawn breaks.
Oasis control's gone.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Finally did it.
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet.
He's not done yet.
I have my ideals. Witness!
Shit! What now? Stop!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You've wielded the power of kings. It's time to stop following their footsteps. Now it's your turn to take your place with them.
All right. Fine then.
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
We'll make it real.
What? What's going on?
What's that? King. The relic. What is it? Oh.
Now, die!
We know. Fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream. With the power to change the world!
The king.
Damn you!
Let's end this!
There goes the royal scepter. Save the country. I finally bested my adversary, Luis, who had become a threat to all mankind. Thankfully, the nightmare of an entire populace transformed into humans has been averted. This nation has some hope for a future.
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king.
The final archetype.
I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
Hythodius.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is that my duty here draws to a close.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice... is that...
the queen?
Could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes. Was that your doing?
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within. Provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown, reality will ever change. Their world shall be one full of possibility.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning on a new king's reign. And with it, my true passing. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my boy, and my love at my side, I've no regrets.
It's been a long road to this moment, hasn't it?
Aww.
It has indeed. But for our son, a new journey now begins.
There goes the book. And there goes Hythlodeus.
Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement of our new king, everything finally ends.
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed. They who have overcome this fierce contest. The throne's new sovereign, I now reveal. Behold, your new king of your kingdom united.
We're the king now.
Look! It's him! Yeah!
Yay! Look! That's him, isn't it? He won!
He certainly did, love. He really did. Oh, I still can't believe it. That boy pulled it off. His Majesty, the new king.
I won't accept it! The new king is Count Luis.
He can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is. Rise up, people! Riot!
Disorderly conduct will not be permitted.
Settle down. The tournament is over. Our new king has been decided, and the royal capital falls under His Majesty's rule. Threaten it, and you shall face the wrath of the Crown Theocracy's warrior monks.
Bloody fantastic. They really did it.
It's finally over. So, where are we?
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Some days later. 11:05. A lot of people.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us. There's a lot of people in the crowd.
Yeah. I hope I can do this.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
Oh, come on. My heart's pounding.
Same. My heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes.
Oh, haha.
Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Thanks.
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. Ah, but I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
Your Majesty. I hope I can live up to that title.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about, acting like they've been supporting us from the start, of course. Always on the winning side, eh?
I think people can change.
Better than the alternative, no? Especially since we've got some Luis diehards among the people.
There's always going to be those who are unhappy.
I
hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft. To be honest, I'm not so sure myself.
I don't blame you. And their concern is justified. It's not as though I swayed the entire kingdom to my idealistic views.
Juna will stand as moderator at the podium. His Majesty will only be asked for a few brief answers. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
I'm not sure how.
In all honesty, I don't know what I can do for the country just yet. I'm still inexperienced. But I'll strive to do my utmost, with all of you at my side.
That's fine. The people have about had it with pompous monologues. Better to say what you mean with determination.
It's better to be honest.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
That's their choice. I'll let my work prove my words.
I'll have to let my work prove my words. With results, I hope everyone can feel that our future will be brighter.
You went from a nobody to the top seat in the nation. No need to puff up and bluster anymore, what? You'll do fine.
A ruler must only stand tall. The rest is not done alone. We are with you.
Indeed. And we're no strangers to more practical work. Whatever our tasks, I'm sure we can handle them.
Well, it is time to make your first appearance as our king. Let us brace ourselves.
Good luck.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best.
Well, let's go. To His Majesty, the new king.
Here we go. Forward. A new dawn. Hello.
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty the new king!
Hello.
Your Majesty, you're so young!
Juna.
My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
All right. Here we go.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
At least it won't be boring.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it. Your attention, please.
Guess we have our own outfit too.
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Crown. King. A rightful place.
Long have I awaited the arrival of this day.
Thank you, narrator.
This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins.
Does that mean sequel potential?
I'd like you to watch over him on his
Oh.
path for a little longer yet.
Yeah?
1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
1 year? That's quite the time skip. Hey, I just walk about as usual. Nice. You ever see your king just ride a sword like a skateboard?
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
Eh.
You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, their headmistress is none other than Lady Juno.
Ooh.
What? The songstress?
That'll bring in people.
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans.
Oh.
If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic.
So did our allies became like major figures, it seems.
Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researchers' findings to the people too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Why keep it to one person or one group? But why not make everyone have it and let's see what interesting things we can come up with?
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
It's hard to believe it's already been a full year. Only natural that there would still be unrest among this people.
Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything. And now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Jaime Nocturne.
Yeah!
You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Uchief of all things.
Yes!
Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens.
You dare doubt. You dare doubt Jaime Nocturne.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Seems a lot brighter. Even the colors in the game seem a lot brighter. Like, look at the trees and everything. Everything looks so much more colorful. Before, everything felt a lot more drab, I guess is the word I would say. Now, look at all these colors. It's beautiful.
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating among the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation.
Aww.
It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Aww.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
Of course. People are smiling more now. But smiles won't solve the multitude of problems we still face.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Ah, can't be. Without his escorts?
Can I have a fruit?
Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Yeah, fruit. Also, December 30th. Look!
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take?
Nice outfit. That outfit's sick.
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house.
These outfits are sick.
Such is fate.
These outfits are actually sick.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
There'll still likely be
It
troubling
promises
days.
that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Well, it's what we asked for.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next
Oh
room.
god.
And there we go.
I also didn't know you have levitation magic like that.
Not half bad,
Oh, I
right?
saw those crystals in the seam.
King's supposed to be here.
I don't want to be doing work.
I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
All this decoration doesn't suit me. How would Louise and Forden put up
Ah!
with all this damn finery?
Are you wearing a suit of armor?
Your Majesty?
Oh, that's actually a
Are you
sick
here?
outfit.
Juna's
Look at
back from her
Juna!
inspection.
It's so
Apologies,
awesome.
Joel. I'll look for him now.
Wait, I'm coming with you.
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
Let me skateboard with my sword. Hey!
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up Sanctists, but those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know? Still, it was other Sanctists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad.
Yeah.
Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Sanctifex and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. As authority weakens, power falls to the hands of those who have never wielded it. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a Sanctor's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
It was good talking to you.
It was good talking to you, too.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good, honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
Yeah. I'm glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, it'll take more than that to affect true change.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again.
Shh.
How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts?
It's nice. It's a breath of fresh air, honestly.
If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways.
Do.
Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
Aw. Oh. I can wait until she comes
I
back,
suppose
though.
I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. No telling how long she'll be.
As long as I don't get found, I'll be fine.
Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are.
Shit.
I knew we'd find you here for crying out loud.
No. No. Look how...
So you were here.
That outfit is awesome.
Speak of the devil.
I hope that in New Game Plus I can wear these outfits for like the main game.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I suppose I have no no, I'll go back
I have
soon.
a few stops left in the city, though.
I'll be back.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you.
Do.
To settled, I shall come with you on every excursion.
Damn it.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Yes, you do.
Point taken.
Where's your normal outfit?
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Yeah.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Maria, where are you?
Let's go.
It reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. Seems so long ago now. She might be praying at the Grand Cathedral just like back then. We're heading to the Grand Cathedral, why not go talk to everyone else first? They're all in the Royal Capital prepared for the new year, so let's find them.
Hey?
Yep, we can hang out with all our bonds. Well, but you're right here, so why not we do
Come
you?
now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll return to resume your duties, Your Majesty. If you take this as my pressing you to not venture out, that's not it at all. Only that as captain of the Royal Guard, I must know of your whereabouts at all times.
Relax, Hulkenberg. You needn't be so serious, Hulkenberg. Line up, maybe.
You mean to say I'm too fussy? Well, 'tis only proper for the captain of the Royal Guard. To be over-familiar would set a poor example. Imagine the scandalized faces of the rank-and-file guard.
Of course.
That said, not a day goes by that I don't reflect on our travels, now only a year past. I owe regaining my pride as a knight to that journey. I was but a wanderer searching in vain for the prince. It was through you I learned he yet lived. In the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported.
And so?
I never tire of the faces the younger guards make when I tell them of the time you acted as witness to my duel.
Brings back memories.
Not only of my duel with Rodanth, but of the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say the knights of today are nothing like what they were under Rodanth's command. Soldiers take up their sword not for those in power, but for the people, and as the champion of the people yourself, we will do all in our power to protect you, our king.
Well,
you do not make it easy by sneaking out of the palace as you do. Though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. You know they protect not just the king, but a ruler who stands beside his people and hears their voices in clarion truth. I protect you with my life, as I have always endeavored to do, your majesty. Only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
It seems like Maria's probably the last person in the game wants me to check. Mourn!
Yeah.
I feel like I should save here, just in case. It is actually awesome that we're getting to see what everyone's like up to a year after. I really like it. Next up, Stroll!
He is truly something else.
You know what? Why don't we walk to everybody?
You're not serious.
The king? Nah, no way.
All right then.
There are two people here, apparently. Alonso!
Pleasure to see you.
Why, hello, your majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation, but I see you've become quite apt at sneaking away from your palatial duties. Under constant fire from knaves of all trades, con artists and critics alike, your opening act has been rather tumultuous, no?
It's been tough going, but I'm glad we've managed so far.
Quite right. Your critics are loud and open with their bombs, but plenty more have put their faith in you. Besides, most of those agitators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. All a day's work for the royal adjutant to the city's citizens' council. Quite an ally I've made, I should hope.
Hey.
I wonder if my mother would be the slightest bit proud to see who I've become. But I'm doing my damnedest to use my talents for good, as I always should have.
Well, I can tell you that I'm proud to see it, buddy. I'm proud to be working hard alongside you.
Yes.
That's right. Supporting you is the best thing I can do. You're the one who's been able to create such lasting change in our country.
Now that you mention
that reminds me. Do you remember Dataram, my hometown's landowner? He told me to send you his regards. He's since confessed his crimes and is awaiting trial. You were the one who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideas to be true. That's why the country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it.
Thank you.
I'm hardly qualified to speak of pride, but if this country has one, it's you. And I am proud to be among its people. Perhaps under your rule, the day will come that even we Nydia can walk about freely in our true forms. No, you're curious to what I look like in my true form? I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we?
I actually would be curious to see what Alonso would look like. Yo, what are you two doing?
Yo.
Oh, hey, I'll inspect it again. Seems a lot pain to me, but I appreciate you going to all the effort. Making your rounds, Basilio?
Hey.
Yeah, Captain of the Atradian Brigade reporting in. And I'm pleased to report that there's nothing to report, Your Majesty, so I'm taking a break. Bit of a mouthful, innit? Still not used to calling myself a captain, besides. We've even taken in some survivors from Luis's troops, you know. But don't you worry, I got 2 eyes on them even when I ain't looking.
But...
Well, I see it. They weren't the ones trying to make the world worse. I was gonna show them how power is supposed to be used, yeah? We owe it to you that there's less discrimination in the city these days. Few and fewer are turned into a life of crime to make ends meet. If Dell could see the Grand Trad today, his eyes would bug out. Not just Dell, all the guys who didn't make it. I wish I could have seen it. I only wish they could have seen it for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. As long as we keep them in our memory, it's as close to saving them as we can get. Vinka included. We built this peace with a lot of blood and tears. Well, I'll say those of us who made it this far owe it to all of them that we didn't protect it. Didn't to protect it. Maybe I've got nothing to report today, but it's not like bad people just stop being bad because you're king now.
Thank you.
You've been through a lot, though, so thanks for not giving up on us. Or the world, for that matter. You spawn any trouble that I didn't spot first, you just point me at it. I'll solve it quick like.
Hi, May! Look at your hat! Well, I see our king is out on some personal business, eh? I believe Hulkenberg was searching for you, but I suppose it's none of my business who comes or goes. I'm on break myself.
Just...
Only try not to frustrate your royal guards over much. They all take their duties quite seriously, much like their captain. Bah, who am I kidding? A knight who smiles is surely a myth. That's become clear to me since becoming titled. What could be more bizarre? A UG outcast, once a wanted criminal with a bounty on his head, made knight commander. There was, of course, some opposition at first, but the more heart-to-heart talks I've had, the more accepting they've become, albeit gradually. I mean, an outcast became king too. They need to look further than the outcast who became their king.
True.
Indeed. You faced no shortage of persecution, and look at you now. Grand titles and posts across the nation are no different, spread all across all the tribes. I've realized over the past year just how much a nation is defined by its people. No matter how great a king, he alone does not a country make.
However,
Yet he stands for those very people as symbol and representative. That the king and those around him are of mixed tribes has already caused a great shift in sentiment, even for those in the rural villages. How's Sadari?
Now that you mention it.
And just how's Sadari these days?
yes.
He seems as busy as he can handle now that they've resumed trade with other villages. Your coronation inspired the village to greater heights. It proved that barriers can be broken, and that even they could take the first step. New winds are blowing in every corner of this country. I'll have to make another trip back home with my son to see the changes for myself soon enough. And someday, I hope distant generations will grow up only knowing conflict born of tribal differences from history books.
We shall.
We've a ways to go before that day comes, but until it does, let's forge the path forward toward it, Your Majesty. Aww.
All right then.
Alright, seems like we've cleaned out this area.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Don't worry, people, it's just your king out and about. Oh, wait! Whoa, hey, wait a minute. You!
Yes, hello.
Think that you, of all people, would end up becoming the king. I never expected it, but I will tell you one thing. Wax poetic about your ideas all you want, but when it comes to protecting the country, only power will suffice. The people don't all approve of a dreamer king.
I'll let you
Is that
down.
so? Easier said than done. How much has the country truly changed in the past year? Have your policies truly fared better than Luis would have? If all you do is talk, you're no better than the last king. All ideas, no power, just the same.
Maybe you're right in some ways. Oh, hey!
Hi, boss. Oh, dang. I suppose I shouldn't be speaking to you so casually, huh? And again, we were rivals, weren't we? And Kane Workshop's the official workshop of the Palace Engineers now. Not that it's here or there. Besides, I'm glad you got the crown. There are lots of humans out there you have to deal with, and you'll need a gauntlet around to get to that. Kane Workshop thanks you for your patronage.
Oi! You moron! Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, it's you, Your Majesty. You remember me, don't you?
Of course.
Well, seems your reputation of remembering even the faces of those in lower ranks is true. Indeed, I'm Saber, former maintenance chief of Luis's Gauntlet Runner. I was just examining Your Majesty's Gauntlet Runner as part of my research duties. I've got out of stores about to see her take to the sky the first time. I want to get back to my engineer roots, but then Luis started showing his true colors and Caradrius went down. I gotta say, Your Majesty, you're too soft. We used to be enemies, but you recommended us for the brigade and gave us work anyway. Pretty genius making old Basilio a captain too. Luis's old crew will fall in line like wooden soldiers, though I'm not sure that kind of leniency forges nations. So awful, yeah? Can't imagine you can afford to waste time on relics like me. You will, Your Majesty.
Aw, I love this. This is awesome.
Nerez! Oh, what brings His Royal Majesty here? Come to feel the wind on your face too, have you? I know how it is. I have the fancy old title of Chief Engineer of the Kingdom Infrastructure Development Bureau and can research as I please now. But something's missing. So I threw off that stuffy old uniform and came to gaze upon the runner in the way that I do.
I know how you feel.
About that.
I feel like I know what you mean when you say something's missing.
I knew you'd agree. I think my bones are aching to feel the wind. I've rather missed the days of dashing hither and thither in the runner. Not that I'm ungrateful for the gracious title you've given to a man who used to skulk about modifying gauntlet runners. I haven't seen anything yet.
Why, one day I'll invent a teleportation device that will deliver fresh fish straight from Oceania to your palatial plates. It would change the world, wouldn't you say? I'm just a bit stuck at the beginning on the development.
Indeed.
And it's times like this I need stimulation of the mind. You have anything that might do the trick?
Do I smell another relic hunt? Are you gonna send me on another relic hunt?
Don't pretend you didn't enjoy it. Every time you pop back in with one, I remember how I could hardly contain my excitement. I do so miss traveling like that. Even if the relics themselves were better off left untouched, they become the guiding principles of my research, you know. Venus is important, but one must consider safety and the effects it might have on the world. An engineer who dumps all a burden on future generations is no engineer at all.
However,
still, it's no small feat to design with a perfect balance of safe and revolutionary. Even I struggle with it, and I'm a bally genius. Ah, I knew it. What I need is stimulation, Your Majesty. You know, like the soul-shaking speed and quiver of a drive of an engine. You'll let me know if you ever want to go out for a spin, won't you? I'll do your girl sparkling clean and always ready for you for takeoff.
Oh, I can't believe the owner of this sweet Golem ended up king. But help me come to a decision. In New Year, I'm gonna go see even more Golem runners.
amazing.
Your Majesty, do you have something you need to eat with the Golem runner? All's well's here. If I'm not overstepping, might I tell you something I've always wanted to say? Do you remember a long time ago when Luis dropped that human on the city? I was actually assigned to duty at the Grand Cathedral that day. The state army was in complete disarray and the soldiers were absolutely terrified. But it was the rumors about you that kept us afloat in those dark times, Your Majesty. You couldn't go a day without hearing someone insult the lesser tribes. And here comes this group led by some Elda fighting through the cathedral with no regard for their lives. If you'd only know how much the tales of your heroism and courage gave to the guards that day. Couldn't thank you then, so please allow me to do so now. You truly are a hero king, Your Majesty.
Oh, damn it, now I kind of want to talk to all the NPCs.
Oh!
Well, no, things were going to end for a while there, but things seem to be quite under control now. I'm glad the threatening madman didn't end up king.
Still, an upstart from a forgotten tribe has no business lighting in the established nobility.
A king with nothing but flowery speeches isn't ideas will hit a wall before too long. No different than the last king, really. Maybe so.
We can't suck off on guard the magma accumulated just because the country's at peace. Rather, that's precisely why we can't. Even if even mag dust like this can be abused, we could have another riot on our hands. Powers that shake the world will breed new ambition. Hard to be optimistic about this new regime.
Gotta be careful.
Yo, look at wizard.
Cat.
Wait a sec.
Wait a sec. Isn't that the cat from Academia? If that place was made magic, how's this cat here in real life? What are you doing here, Plateau?
Ain't nothing how he can survive in a deserted ruin buried in the snow. That shouldn't be possible, right?
I just think he's cute.
That's a good kitty.
And yeah, he's never stopped looking cute.
Doesn't bother you at all. Sure, it's something else. If memory serves, the last king did build himself a study in the Mage Academy. Do you think Academia was styled after that, maybe? I wonder what His Majesty... what more felt when he put this little guy in Academia.
The cat tends to himself quietly, utterly impartial to us. Juna!
My king.
Oh, there you are. Well, heard you in town, so I decided to see if we might cross paths.
I love the mage hat.
I've so much to tell you about my inspection, so I'm afraid you'll need to clear your diary for me soon.
Bring any souvenirs?
In that case...
Bring me any souvenirs back?
Gosh!
Let's just focus on the report. Don't worry, I'll give you just the gist. Firstly,
Well?
Mage Academy's reconstruction is going swimmingly. Repairs are in full swing, and we're already processing admissions. I must say, I'm still surprised you appointed me of all people to be the Academy's headmistress. I was rather looking forward to going back on tour as a songstress. Oh, and shall I introduce you to my furry little friend? I scooped him up in the Academy of all places. During the reconstruction, they stumbled on the little guy in some kind of observatory supposedly used by a king long ago. Considering the knight around his neck, I'm sure he was being taken care of. I mean, there's no way a cat could survive alone in that cold, could he?
So...
Regardless, our mysterious kitty is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Academy. All that knowledge was lost when it fell, so we're starting from scratch. It may even be behind secrets as big as the Dragon Temple or the Sanctum. Oh, and I'm keeping the cat. Feels that fate, you know?
As long as I get to pet them every now and then.
Speaking of
fate, on my way back I met with Myrtis.
Oh, hey! She was well, I trust?
Now we're talking.
She's been keeping well, I hope?
Yeah.
More than well. Her throat's been fine, and she's a fairly prominent singer about town now. We both just keep soaring to new heights. Her in music and me coming face to face with magic again.
Hey!
Surely you remember, music was the first magic born this world, yes? When the heart expresses itself through music, it moves the hearts of others. And when they make hearts swell, like there's no end to the magic. So just you watch. With music and magic at my side, I'm gonna change the world. All will have the equal opportunity to hone their talents at the Mage Academy. Although our doors are open to all. That's what my sister would have wanted. And if it makes the world a better place, why, isn't that just grand?
Magic.
Bella taught me that magic is more than a tool. It's in all of us, deep in our hearts.
No.
Ripping this is.
Used to meet this old cleaner here. He died about a year ago in the riots. He's so full of himself, always telling me that I was wrong. But you know what? Most other cleaners wouldn't have even bothered speaking with a therapist like me. The man actually treated me like a person. He was a gruff, mean bastard, no question about that, but he wasn't a bad person by any means. Me, I suppose I was fond of him, yeah. I liked our little conversations. Now that he's gone, I miss him.
Oh.
I still remember the day I met you last year, Your Majesty. I felt you had a kind heart bothering to listen to an old man's folk tales. A sincere young man loved by fairies finds happiness. Folk tales aren't just tired old stories for dreamers.
Thank you.
I'd say they have the power to tell the future sometimes. Maybe that's giving them a little too much credit.
You are?
Oh, who's this? His Royal Majesty the King. What's brought you to my little dive? Come to think of it, I said some rude things to you last year. Told you to keep your elder head down. No hard feelings? Tribal quarrels haven't quieted down here at all. Might even be worse now that everyone's equal in the eyes of the law. But sometimes fists just need to fly. It's not like it was back when the sky was red as blood and death was everywhere. In fact, it's amusing to see new faces around here. It's a good change, I think.
All right then.
Can I just leave? I'm out of here. Screw all of you.
Hang on.
Not outside the city. Damn it. Okay, I was about to say, am I going to be soft locked because I ran into some man in a carriage? Now I want to go back and see what other dialogue I can find. You!
Oh there, Your Majesty King. I still remember that night in the city when I first laid eyes on you. The evening of the royal funeral. It's the first time I'd ever seen someone from the Elder Tribe, and I immediately knew that there was something special about you.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I'd say I was right on the money.
Well, maybe you're not the exact person I'm thinking of, but you look like the character from Stroll's side quest. Or, sorry, Stroll's Bond events.
Ah, brilliant.
Oi! Corpses and people crouching next to them along Sunshine Road seem to have cleared out lately. Private thing, really. They seem terrified of some themselves, maybe anxious just to look at them. I do hope they're feeling like themselves again. It'd be nice to think that they found happiness somewhere out there.
This is alright.
I still can't believe it. No matter how many times I see it, the king walking out of the honeybee. It's pretty much back to how it was compared to this time last year. If Luis had ended up king, who knows where we'd be now. There's that old tournament nonsense. Nobody could keep their mouth shut while that was going on. As far as a damn fool like me was concerned, the whole lot of you might as well be telling the damn truth. You and Luis were just two sides of the same coin. Take no offense, will you? Not like I can tell a lie from the truth if I tried.
Oh.
And my starry blessedness will surely find new footing with Lady Yufa making great efforts as one of the King's 6 parsons. I wish I could say we were free to worship as we please, but that's a dream that's still among the clouds for the moment.
You're not serious.
Oi, oi, here's a mug I've forgotten. You're the king now, ain't ya? First time I saw you was the night before the royal funeral, if I recall. No offense, but you didn't exactly look like a prince. I think you go on to take down the notorious Luis and seize the crown for yourself. I can make up such a story if I tried. Speaking of wild stories, can't you do something about Sunshade Row?
What's bothering you?
Well, you know the rep old Sunshade Road has? The poor, dirty, bad people still struggling to put food on the plate here. I've been for a long time. You're a good bloke, and I think you'll make a fine king, but don't you think you can just spruce up the... But don't think you could just spruce up the place a bit, and that'll solve the problem.
He doesn't mince words, but I'm glad he's being honest about it, at least.
Exactly. You need to be honest about things like that, I feel, if you want actual change to happen. If you don't say anything, if you don't speak truth, then, well, what's going to happen except nothing?
It's just too much.
You lived in a giant sandworm to research bugs.
Quite right, and gold beetle from all over the kingdom as well. Insects are vital to understanding the essence of magic.
And yeah, I thought their only use was disgusting Maltirian cuisine. What a find. See, what would you say to lending your wisdom to my shop? We can do business in the open now, thanks to the king.
Oh, I'm gratified by the offer, and that supports my research.
It's the gold beetle man.
the way.
Hey, Your Majesty, what are you doing in this wretched sinkhole of a... It may be better than it was before, but this is still Sunshade Row. It's no place for a king, Your Majesty. Your folks are hanging for nothing these days, but there's still no shortage of nays who will die at the end of a rope here. As long as there's injustice, there will be people who think it gives them a free pass, which means there will be gallows. Last year changed a lot, big and small. I'll hold my post here, hoping that next year's better rather than worse.
This place is really
We do still have the gallows here.
This place.
Last year they were so awful, but lately the gallows are hardly getting any use.
At least they're not being used as much. No NPCs here.
Well, I sure don't want to go back to
Now I lose no fall into the ground. It was an error of all people. Guess our bets were completely off the mark.
Yeah, well, someone stinks about it. Magic was at work, so who knows? Did you hear the rumor? They're saying those disgusting humans are our ancestors. Nothing but crazy stories since the new king took the throne.
The king had it together this year, but who knows if he'll last another. Hi there. Elda, you really became king. Hey, king. Hey, king. Oh, king.
Oh, your majesty, surely your kingliness has no further need of my paltry sums for your mag. Besides, I heard the Mage Academy's been restored. Is it true anyone of any stats can attend? Original magic. Try and end reliance on igniters. Only a matter of time till accumulators like this are obsolete then. I think that's great, personally. It's probably about time to shut this operation down anyway. Not that I expect the Igniter Consortium to let go without a fight. Archaeum would stand with you, of course, but they're not valuable either.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, Julian!
Well, well.
Oh, Your Majesty, running around Sunshade Row at this time of year. You must have some very peculiar tastes. Perhaps you've heard, there's unrest across the land as the oppressed are rising up in revolt against their oppressors.
Yes.
Or perhaps that news hadn't reached your walled garden here in Grand Dread. History books may not be kind to this era. Shouldn't they rise up? Goodness, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you just endorsed rebellion. Don't you realize how dangerous your ideology has become? Don't you realize how your dangerous ideology has become the spark of new threats? The dim-witted of the world only fan the flames with their anxieties. People or monsters should be dissatisfied in our nature.
Welcome.
I'm Ma, if it isn't His Majesty. You always were part of the Sunshade Row, weren't you? I know you've hardly had a chance to warm that throne of yours, but the people here are as poor as they have ever been. Money's the only way anyone gets out. It's big news that the Mage Academy reopened to anyone, but think about it. Only the rich can travel up a mountain. Sorry, I shouldn't take your ear off about politics. There's a new year to ring in. Look forward to a more relaxing new year without all the frantic work. Have a happy new year yourself, Your Majesty.
Thank you kindly.
I mean, that's fair. It's a fair complaint to have that still the poor can't have a ride up there.
Oh, really nice.
We need public transportation.
So the rumor of the king running around Sunshade Row were true. I have no intention of pride now. Thanks to you, Best and Luis, I get to keep the shop up running. Wasn't sure I could with the sky turning red there. Not sure we could take another war.
What worries you?
Nothing particular. Didn't say that because I think it'll happen. Just that nothing ever quite goes the way you think it will, huh? As long as people worry, people will want weapons. So I guess I'll be in business for a good while longer.
Oh, very nice.
Sure enough.
Your patronage
Thanks
is
to you.
very
Thanks to your contributions, our work fighting against discrimination is slowly getting attention. That the new king is Zelda, with people from every tribe in key positions, is also probably a major factor. Still, we can't expect to end something so deeply rooted with the snap of our fingers. I'm going to keep doing my best to support those who have suffered.
It's just too
Everything's put back to normal, except the one thing that mattered. Louis ensured my husband would never come home again. But I'm grateful for you. You stayed by my side and gave me courage during my darkest hour.
That'd be lovely.
Oh, don't say that. You always cheer me up with your gossip and funny stories you told. If you're not opposed, I'd like to live on with you. I think together we can deal with whatever comes our way. Yes, you're right. Together we'll make it through, and I'll need your support.
Yo!
Well,
Diversified suppliers and began trading in regions they didn't before. Now they boast the largest selection of goods in the country.
Oh, but which
Hey, Your
actions to
Majesty.
undertake?
Listen to this. We just had a guest in the store claiming to be the chief of Etria. He said he wanted ingredients for the withering potion they use on the island. How should I put this? That Mastari village chief, he's rather, easy on the eyes, wouldn't you say? Wait, sorry about that. Forgot about that. I swear I had a point. I wanted to tell you that all sorts of people come visit now, and I enjoy doing business more than I ever did before.
Have fun. Alright, seems like we've talked everyone's ears off here. I can go in the Gauntlet Runner? Makes me nostalgic now thinking the strategy meetings we once had. cockpit, which was a mangled wreck after the flight against Luis, has been completely restored. In the last battle, when we rushed to the Carriagrias, the Gauntlet Runner was a great help. We saw the whole country from this window. I can vividly remember the sights when we soared through the air for the first time. Maybe not now. Damn it. No, don't disembark. I want to explore the rest of the damn thing.
All right.
Use the toilet. It gives you max stats that you can't carry out. Imagine. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe not now. What can I yoink from Nearest one last time? Oh, dang it. You genius. You stole it. Maybe not now. Traveling made me realize that most things can be eaten if you cook them long enough. I learned a good deal about how to control the heat, too. There's still dishes here. Perhaps from Nearest's last meal. We did our best in our journey to make the most of the few ingredients we had, ensuring nothing was wasted. Small bed. I don't need to sleep here right now. Maybe not now. Maybe not now. Maybe not now. Since the Sanctus Church lost its power, previously forbidden texts about magic, astronomy, and historical research books about previous eras are now here. You can read what you want now. Maybe not now. What in here? We had our ups and downs in those days, but it was always Nearest's playful spirit that perked us back up. Look at these glasses! Nearest's pioneering spirit looks to be alive and well. I can just imagine him inventing something with a twinkle in his eyes. Maybe not now. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. In the end, I never found out what this powder was. Damn. I found something new every time I did the laundry, which was probably a good experience. Some additions to the journal appear to have been made over the past year. I've been decrypting the second half of the old man's notes in my spare time. Recently, the villagers asked me to bake some sweets with the few ingredients we have. Cooking and inventing share a number of similarities. I've quite enjoyed it. As the villagers goaded me on more and more, I inadvertently compiled an amount of recipes I dare say would put a palace chef to shame. Rather than inventing dangerous tools of war, perhaps peacefully devising new and delicious confection recipes is the highest form of invention. The rest of the notes is full of detailed recipes for baked sweets. Nearest says it's been improved beyond compare, but it looks the same to me. It's possible this igniter was prepared for me so I could learn about this country. Alright.
Alright then.
We're done exploring this place.
Let's go.
Back to the street.
Yeah.
I'm back on my sword.
Just
Oh.
You! Ah, is that your majesty? What fortune to bump into you at the end of the year like this. If there's anything my humble personage may be able to do for you, your radiance, I am at your service. Say but one glorious word and I shall most happily... Okay, lay it on a little thick, aren't we? It's that forked tongue that got you in trouble in the last time. Hear me? One wrong move and I'm turning you over to Basilio. You gotta turn your life around. Of course.
Stop being bad.
Arnelda? Wait, aren't you as Majesty the King? Why would you be in a place like this?
I can't be here.
Obviously not. You mocked me, your Majesty. Sorry we see less of that kind of stuff, but I guess we can't expect prejudice against the Elder to disappear overnight.
Oh well.
Where was Majesty Morfell when he put this little guy in academia? Kitty.
Dear me! Ain't this a pickle?
Pickle.
Oi there!
Hey, Mr. Driver, how long till we depart? I'm bloody eager to get a move on. The Oceania de Montorio. My cross-country trip starts now. A new chapter in my life.
If I may.
Not to ruin your fun, but this carriage doesn't go that far. You know that, right? All the fuss about across the kingdom, the ones who ended up on the throne was their blood heir after all. Oh, the irony. Yeah, the strength to take down Luis will give him that, but in the end, I guess blood's all that ever matters. It was only the viable choice of law. Who knows if he'll be a decent king? I suppose all that depends on what he does next. Fair enough. I want to talk to the other people here first.
Just recently, our sanctum in Briarhaven was brought to judgment. His crime, using Parabus subjects for atrocious igniters experiments. The church reaffirms its dedication to cracking down on inhumane acts such as these.
Wonderful.
Well, the church is actually owning up to its scandals. The town criers around here sure have changed.
Nah, they're just doing it, put a good show for the new king. Doing things like they always have would only send him spiraling further.
Hey, Danny!
Hey.
Hello there, Your Majesty. It's great to see that you're doing as well as ever. I've just left a meeting with the provincial lords. I also preach the Mastari teachings in various areas when the opportunity arises. Many still push back against such teachings, but that's perfectly fine. Our country is well served by different perspectives. Many of the villagers have come around since too, you know. I think that's because you all face such danger on our behalf. Still, it won't be easy to change the entirety of Uchronia. Its history is embedded deep in its roots. The country is larger, and some people will need all the power you have. But the true test of your values has only just begun. Good-o.
All right. Are you surveying the city incognito, Your Majesty? Your escorts would be aghast. Not that I think anyone is truly capable of harming you. As you are aware, faith in the Sanctus Church plummeted after our misdeeds were exposed. I admit, we were arrogant and unjust, wicked in custom. But people have found salvation through the church as well. I intend to restore the Sanctus Church to its true purpose, to offer salvation to those in need. As Saintriarch, and as someone who was saved by the Sanctus faith myself, that is all I can do in return.
May God keep you.
That sounds good. I think that's the right way of going about it.
What am I to do?
This is not the conclusion we wish for. Now that we've lost our leader in the church, what's to become of our lifestyle?
Red and bad for now. This king's as much a dream as the last. He'll be crushed under the weight of his lofty ideals soon enough. I'm sure of it.
Wonderful.
Hey.
How about
Am I?
fortune?
Has His Majesty come to have his fortune told? Why, just of course. I believe you become acquainted with the Chief of Etria. I was able to speak with him for just a moment. He's a truly outstanding figure in both ability and insight. As a fortune teller, I still have much to learn.
Your Majesty, it's been some time since you've graced us with your presence. What sort of ignire may I help you with this time? I know that's not why you're here. As you can see, it's thanks to you that Lycaon Magic Association has been able to continue its business. Our king has shown us what magic ought to be. Humans and Arthurites still stalk the land, so Ignires and their powers have remained an indispensable asset in maintaining the country. All this talk of original magic that doesn't rely on Igniters, it's going to take some time to make it viable.
Come again.
We'll continue to produce Igniters with pride, helping to bridge this era with the next.
There you go. Yo, Loveless!
Hey! What's the word, Your Majesty? Just one question, if I may. When are you gonna lower the booze prices in this country? I'm like on you. I haven't felt much like drinking until I black out so often anymore. After I entered the tournament, I really went through some stuff. I was acting a fool on the world stage, and to you too.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, you know. Can't speak for the rest of the country, but you done right by Sparapus. We got it better than we ever did. Some chocolates out there still try to take their aggression out on us, but they're just venting, probably. I'm sure you'll do something soon enough.
Ain't this a pickle?
Traveling with ladies, you must show us fun.
Oh, Your Majesty! What business do you have with a former helmsman like me?
What about Juna now? I had the honor of sending to her during an expedition. Actually, I think she's on her way to the palace in order to meet with you. You didn't hear from Chief Magnus? Lady Juna was off inspecting the Mage Academy, and I was the flight helmsman. It knocked me on my ass when Lady Juna left Louise's company, you know. I left her right after she did. Anyway, still undecided about you being king and all that, but I do appreciate you taking me in, so I'm going to work to repay that favor.
Got this under
On
control,
that note, about time I get back to work. Oh, and don't tell the chief I was shooting the breeze with you. Yeah, hey, Your Majesty? Hey, I'm the one who's doing it too.
I believe that the royal palace has returned to its original location now. Even now, there's people who can hardly believe that it was flying about, making its way around the entire kingdom. I saw with my own eyes. I winced the moment the red light within the king's eyes vanished, and the palace returned to the gorged-out land it was pulled from.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but you're right. The sky is returned to normal. It didn't really hit in until someone mentioned it. Yo!
The king himself, out browsing the shops. Perhaps I need to draft up a royal certificate of appointment. Tell the world we supply goods to the royal family.
Any recommendations? Anything you'd recommend?
One in eye in particular, in fact, though I'm afraid we're all sold out at the moment. The Ignite I made at the children request, one that lights up with rainbow colors, is selling startlingly well. The store was packed with families and children.
Say,
I now hold a position where I control the distribution of all manner of goods throughout the kingdom as the head of the Igniter Consortium. I can't but think that if I had been in this position sooner, then the church's violence, the tragedy of that village could have been prevented.
Let's focus on the present.
Brigitte.
What matters is how we move forward, though, right?
yes.
Indeed, I can dwell on the past all I wish, but it won't change it. The future, on the other hand. I took up this post after I was nominated by my colleagues. In other words, I suppose that means people have expectations of me, and that I too am a spoke in the wheel of change. Our new king has changed this country for the better. However, as a former arms dealer, it would be naive to think all weapons can ever disappear from this world.
Yet.
It's all the more reason I hope that the reasons for people to wield them continue to decline. To that end, I'll continue doing all that I possibly can, with all that I am, just as you do.
Speaking of...
Ah yes, do you remember my dog? I found the ones who took her. Naturally, I considered ending their lives. There she was, sitting beside them. Evidently, they could not bring themselves to harm such a sweet creature, so they decided to keep her instead. I had no choice but to spare their lives. I couldn't subject a gentle dog to the atrocities I'd commit in her name. You should come play with her sometime. I'm sure she remembers you.
The dog is alive! Truly the best ending. Wait, Balin!
Oh.
Hello there, your majesty. Laid back as ever, I'd see. I myself been crying like a baby, for I find my position as chairman of parliament quite an unfamiliar one. Still, I've considered these open to all parliamentary meetings. Compiling all those opinions is indeed hard work, but work well worth doing.
This fellow.
It won't be easy for those who are at the church's beck and call to change, but I think they've been starting to see what they've turned a blind eye to at least a bit, no? A person who speaks the real truth to the public without yielding to authority. That's what my father and I wish for. A true and proper town crier. This country's turned over a new leaf, but there are still many problems to work out. Seems the rural regions are still suffering from human havoc.
I'm counting on
All I'm saying is that we're a long way from utopia. But still, the first step is as important as the last, and we're taking big ones. You Fab, I called you Juno.
Greetings.
Working hard as ever, Will. Were you going about town and listening to what the people have to say? Myself, I've just come from the Crown Court, where I've been consulting with the people about their grievances and disputes as Chief Magistrate.
Of course, time for that.
Yes, of course.
In the past, we were busy with cases of violence and theft, but those have decreased remarkably.
In truth.
As you've undoubtedly aware, in the past, many citizens were sentenced to hanging without so much as a trial.
Alas.
I'm pleased to report things are different now. Anyone, regardless of race or status, can tell their side of the story in court and be judged equally and fairly. It just goes to show anything is possible, even for a priestess to become a chief magistrate. And my brother's making great strides as village chief. He rather hated the role before, but he's truly found his calling, I think.
The reason is...
As I said, no one knows what the future holds. It's all the more reason I try to guide people to good choices. I want to live in a society that practices kindness, where those who suffer need not turn to crime. So I practice what I preach.
Now that you mention
The other day I went to visit Ovi's church to inquire with those who are sick about how the kingdom can be more accessible to them.
How is Ovi? Was Ovi doing well?
Very well.
Yes, we practiced dancing together, and then we showed her mother. All of them are ready to ease into working again. Hearing them made me reflect on all the people who still need our help. Until now, the only hope those people had was God.
I do believe...
I want to fight for them to have options, under laws and systems that they can rely on in addition to higher power. A country where all the tribes with all their values can join hands in harmony. That's what we need.
Because...
You aim to achieve that too, yes, Your Majesty? I hope you allow me to keep walking alongside you in this.
All right, then.
Seems that we're good there. No, get back on the sword. You, Godard!
Right.
There's your master. Spent a year since you were sitting thrown and a quick one at that. Feels like the strife with Louise was but a bad dream. Had you asked me then, I would have been wringing my hands about one so young in the kingdom, but now, I'm embarrassed to have thought it.
Oh.
You had a keen eye to recognize the danger Louise posed, and you're braver still to have fought him. You had a kingly caliber I never truly possessed. Still, a single year is but a drop in the proverbial bucket. Stay vigilant, King.
Thanks, Godard. Yo, it's the first Mastori shopkeep I bought from.
Oh, you're Rusty. It's been quite some time since we met, but I've never forgotten you. You were a young held about town from the recruitment center to the mausoleum. I watched from the shadows. There are still times when people hurl abuse on me for being Mastori. However, thanks to your majesty, I can run my business with pride.
Just goes to show that it's going to take some time to eliminate prejudice like that. He's got to keep at it.
Of course. Bardon! Oh, I have...
What an unexpected coincidence, your majesty. No guards with you today.
Don't worry, I'm no tattletale.
I myself just left a meeting going over how the provincial governments are doing. We convene for the new year.
How things in Ratira?
So... Oh, it's as lively as it used to be, and we owe it all to you, your majesty. That dodgy mess you cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. And I'm pleased to report, as head of the provincial lords, it's nothing but good news reaching my ears. Better relations between towns has employment up and overall welfare, too. Each town has specialties and wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can't solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made some blunders when I first stepped into the governor's role, but I'm happy to share my failings so that others don't repeat my mistakes.
What brings me back?
Got to say,
I knew I was trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I was once, who would rather manage things at their sole discretion than leave things to the people. And yes, taking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, what with all the proceedings and disputes.
Then again...
Still, changing our own lives with our own hands makes the process worth the trouble.
Brilliant.
And choosing a king of our own will was all the inspiration we needed for change.
Lovely, that.
I can actually go in here. What? What's up, recruitment center?
Yo! I don't have any bounties for you, your majesty. We've been at peace for a while now, thanks to you, and we're dealing with things one step at a time. Oh, your majesty, it's an honor. I've only recently been assigned to my post here at the recruitment center, so... Actually, I was going through enlistment records from 2 years ago, and I was surprised to find a certain signature. That's right, your your majesty's signature. And General Stroll's as well. I was quite surprised to discover that the two of you met here. To think that they deployed the future king in the army. Horrifying.
Does that mean that Stroll's in here? This door looks important. Soldiers' quarters. The bounty post's up. Reminds me of what happened at the recruitment center. Can't run in there.
Lovely, that.
Sorry about that.
Lovely, that.
Oh, you, Milo. Oh, your majesty. It's only been a year since you've ascended to the throne, and 1 year since I lost my bid for it. Thinking back, I've no regrets. I might not have been able to defeat Luis in the end as you did. That's canon for you. I don't know what I expected really, but I believe in your power, your majesty. Though I'll not acquiesce on all fronts, you know. You didn't look further than your 6 partisans, your merry little band. I can appreciate your faith in your inner circle, but to award them all your key posts, why one might suspect you of collusion. The country requires views from all walks of life. I'll put it another way, why not appoint me your prime minister? With my guidance, Ukraine would become a land of true beauty.
Just when you think he's about to make a decent point, he plays his own ankle. Don't let your guard down around this guy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the finally the day. Have you finished your preparations? The journey to the Mage Academy in Montario will be quite long.
Yes, but why are you taking me as your traveling companion? You saw how much I admire Luis, how hostile I was to our faith.
Everyone said foolish things. Faced with national crisis, we clung to power instead of trying to use our power to solve it. Times have changed. The Mage Academy now opens its doors to anyone. No one will come to those who want to learn there, but last my youth has fled me. I'll use my wealth to ensure others can reach it. Take what you learn there and spread throughout the kingdom, far and wide.
Lovely.
Aw. Oh, you!
Hello.
Oh, your majesty. It's an honor to meet you at this most auspicious time of year. I know I was quite devoted to Luis at one point. His power was both overwhelming and alluring. Hey, don't worry about it. As generous as you are kind. It's hardly an atonement, but I'll at least try to be straight with you from now on. Not to bring down the moon, but I want to mention, I sense something familiar among your supporters. I recognized it because I was the same way.
In their eyes, you're a hero who conquered the monstrous Luis. They entrust you with authority because of your power and their desires to be at peace.
Indeed.
Let's assume that the people have expectations not of your ideology, but solely of your power. King or not, failing to see the difference may invite consequences. Please, take it from someone who erred in his ways. The people of this country have not recovered from the unrest, and when they do...
That's fair.
Hello.
Hey, mister!
Even though Luis died, my dad still isn't happy. It's because my mom died, she can't come back. You know, Mr. King, I've been cooking instead of my mom, and I'm trying really hard. Happy with my dad, so next thing I'm gonna work harder than ever. My mom has watched me from the skies, she? Just like your dad, Mr. King.
No. Stupendous. I'll get shivers against doors from when the cash was flowing in the sky. The place was teeming with crystals and monsters. There's no place for man to enter, no sir. Heard that when the palace came back down, all the monsters had been dried out like they were statues made of dirt. Building the palace went faster than expected, and I heard they recouped some cost by selling the furnishings inside. Seems like a miracle, doesn't it?
Oh, you, Zan!
You're the bastard. Well, it's been a while anyway.
Bastard?
Apologize for my impertinence, Your Grace. I was once known as Sergeant Xanth, though I suppose that title carries little weight nowadays. After losing to you, my own men turned on me and threw me into the Oceana Sea. After awful as all that was, looking back, those events saved my life. Heard all those that went with Luis to the royal palace in the sky never returned. World power is everything. I suppose that would be hell after all. Never thought you would ever inspire me to realize anything, yet here we are. Now I'm spending my days doing cherry work as a member of the brigade under Chief Magnus. But I'll never give up on making my way up in the world with my own merits. Matter of fact, I was invited to participate in the Coliseum's games in Brylehaven. While working with the brigade, I helped a nobleman who put in that recommendation for me. It's a brave new world, isn't it? Give me a year and I'll make sure people know the name Xanth as a fire that electrifies the audience.
More people. That's these people.
Are things really alright now? Am I alive? After all that's happened?
Yes, you are. It's been a year. We came out of it okay. We've been through a lot of terrible things, but we'll overcome them one by one.
Yes.
We have a proper kingdom now, is this?
Wonderful, isn't it?
Yo!
Huh?
Wait, Grude! It's been quite some time, hasn't it, Will? You've matured a great deal in the short years since I last saw you. Rumors of your rule have reached even the sanctum. Some are kinder than others. Taking the reins of a runaway country must have its share of difficulties. Your face tells me as much. A frail child who could do little more than lie on the brink of death has come so far. Goodness, tears come so easily with old age.
I'm grateful for you.
I did nothing. You're the one who achieved everything.
But...
Surprised to see you in Grand Trad out of Lady Grude. It's a curious thing. I received a rather forceful invitation here, you see, from one of your friends, the girl named Juna. Goodness knows how many times she's already come to visit the sanctum, seeking instruction on magic. Some of the villagers are rather smitten with her. She declared that if I wouldn't be welcome coming to the Grand Trad, she would have a highway built directly between the capital and the sanctum.
Oh, Juna.
And she probably would. So there you have it. Now then, Will, or rather King Will, the 1,000-year seclusion of the Elder Tribe may soon come to an end under your guidance. And yet the journey ahead of you will be hard. The dreams you hope to achieve will feel just out of reach. So do stop by and show your face around our forest sometime. Your mother cannot do so herself, but I can whip up some of her favorite dishes in her spirit.
No.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Hello.
Yeah?
Excuse me, are you an Elder? Please don't take the wrong way, I'm just curious. Those three are Elder too, aren't they? I wonder if perhaps that you knew them or something.
What about them?
What do you mean what about them? Isn't it kind of amazing to see Elden Town? Elderly lady in the middle is floating, for heaven's sake. Is that some sort of igniter? Couldn't be. Then how? Only our women's clothes are so beautiful. Goes without saying, but you can't find clothes like that in Grand Trad, can you?
What should I do?
There's something just so incredibly charming about them. Do you think I should try talking to them?
I do want to know how she's floating all the time. I will admit that.
Leave it out, mate.
How grand. Young man.
Catherine, wait, we're gonna talk to more NPCs.
I can't overstate how miserable things were because of Luis. I ended up fleeing. Because you see, Perhaps because seeing your majesty fight stirred a sense of duty within me. I know there's still many to improve you, but I shall do my part to protect the country you lead. It's my duty as your soldier. I wish the country nothing but the best over the coming years.
Amazing.
Fancy a chat?
Well, it is in your majesty. Blah, blah. Even I don't have the plug out to try and sell it in your wallet to your king. Especially considering sales are up. We got customers from across the tribes now. Though I'm guessing people were just avoiding a Pepper's own shop before.
Hey, still, business is booming.
Welcome.
Oh, your majesty. I was wondering who you might be. I see you're still fond of wandering these parts like always. I get though. I do love the night market myself. Until last year, that is. Then I began to hate it, no thanks to Luis. It's truly a terrible situation all around, and yet, somehow things have recovered. I have high hopes they'll be better than ever.
Leave it out, mate.
Leave it up, mate.
Oh, there.
Oh, your majesty. I've heard from Fabian, you know. Well, you still take the time to pop into the honeybee now and then. It's not very kingly of you, but that's what makes you so trustworthy. Please, do keep treating Fabian and Maria well. For Greece's sake, too.
Oh, there.
Of course. Oh my god, how many more people do I have to talk to? I've talked to a lot more people than I thought I did, only 2.
Oh, well, thank the big man himself. Good timing, mate. I just got on the sound myself.
Long time to see. Hey, Katharina.
Oh, right.
I ain't been. I've been out traveling since I took the reins on the Seeker's recon team. Hard to believe it's been half a year. It's crazy to begin to describe what's beyond the sea. Oh, it's the magic. Everything's so fantastic. I'm already itching to get back out there. And I'm not especially keen on dodging the bloody cannonballs when my ship gets too close. Lots of tensions out there, but what country isn't a little tense? Everything from the customs to the way they think is so different, my head spins. Makes all the tribal bickering seem right dull if I can speak my mind. This country's changing for the better. I'm glad I turned over the throne to you.
Turned it over?
Yeah, I know you do right by the purpose, so I bowed out early to give you a fine chance. Just kidding. All my cohort have found jobs, and some of them have even picked up new skills from being out at sea so long.
See you soon,
But don't worry about your kingly head. I'll have it all whipped up in a report for you. Do something proper kingish with it, yeah?
And one last person to talk. Well, wait.
Learn how brittle peace is, as well as the preciousness of a life lost. The peace we've regained could be lost again. We must remain vigilant.
I miss days when the face rock was there. Never knew what to expect back then. Joy for one moment, miserable the next. Remember? After Luis was feeding the king decided.
Indeed, I do. Suddenly His Majesty's face eclipsed the others for the briefest moments, then it crumbled away like sand. Or a bit too soon for all that. After all that Oliver, I'd say. I like his coordination speed, but I can't say he's accomplished much of any importance since then. His strength certainly was incredible during the Fallbound and Grand Trap, but I wonder what people in our cities who didn't see that side think of things. Either way, as long as the next year's uneventful and peaceful, I'll consider it a win.
Wonderful.
And our final person to talk to, our first ally.
Hey.
Oh, scoping about the city again, are we? We should say Hulkenberg is on the hunt. The classic game of cat and mouse, though who is which, I dare not say. It's been a year since you ascended the throne, but it's like you've hardly changed. I can say the same of you, buddy. Him? That's Lord or General Straw, Your Majesty? I'll never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from June's book. She has a gift for delegating, like she was born to do so. Not that I can talk. I actually came out for a bit of a breather myself.
Even so.
You know, I see now that even those at the top have their struggles a little too clearly. A general's duties feel overwhelming at times, but there are lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives.
Hey.
Remember our first meeting at the back of the recruitment center? I, a fallen noble with nothing to my name, and you, a struggling elder traveler. Back then, my only goal was getting ahead. My people were little more than an afterthought. If I hadn't met you, I'd have never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions, and I certainly couldn't have saved the Hallians.
Thank you.
I owe seeing the joy in their faces to you. I think I've said before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit, man.
No.
I would still owe any credit I could take to you for showing me the way. They live stable, peaceful lives thanks to you.
Hey.
You've a whole country on your shoulders now. The road ahead will be full of challenges we can't possibly foresee. Show me the way, and I'll blaze the trail. Now and always, it's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard.
That's why.
Our titles may have changed, but I'd like to think our friendship is steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me, now and always.
Say there.
Alright, that's it.
Grand, innit?
So?
I think we've heard all we can from the people. Should we head to where Maria is?
Let's go see her.
That reminds me.
Being here sure brings back memories. You remember how we came here looking for Maria before the tournament for the throne? She was crying back then, though.
She was.
That's right.
I remember.
This country's turned around since then, no doubt about it. I'm sure there will always be differences of opinion, but your ideals are really coming to fruition now. I can feel it. That reminds me, what's with the book you're carrying around now? Is that the one you've been working on yourself? I'm excited to see what kind of fancy you can conjure up. But maybe that's not even the word for it. After all, if you're the one putting it in ink, that means you're going to make it a reality someday. Tell then, Your Majesty, shall we get going?
Let's move. Maria!
Oh, hello there.
Hi!
Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa.
No.
Even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise?
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
No.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders one day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed.
Aww.
Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too.
Aww.
If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
Place where I ought to be. Aside myself, I ought to show. The path is never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
I'm counting on you.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. Let's do this together.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Hey!
Everyone!
Am I being dragged back to work?
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there.
Uh-oh.
Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Let him
Lady
speak.
Tuna, did she really come all this way in a runner? Would have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
Yeah.
The unmitigated nerve.
I would have done it.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
Of course.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right. The capital can be a bit of trouble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond the walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
There he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Aye.
Wait a sec. Back. That's weird. Oh, that's why. The button broke. Nice. Sorry, I was looking at my jacket and the button broke. Oh well. I got another one. That looks similar.
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Yeah.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
Aye.
You dare hoy the king? You swine!
Let him do what he wants.
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
Indeed.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times, but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Yeah?
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Huh. Life is full of surprises.
Right. There's always believe in my ideals no matter what may come, even back then. Even if the world is slow to change, a king's belief can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
Alright, alright.
And not long after, a new year dawned.
Some days later. Hey! Gallica!
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
Uh-oh. There's more I have to see.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another.
Can I rely on
You're a
you?
king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
I just want to do what I can.
I want to do what I can for the people. If that's not kingly, then the crown's just slowing me down.
Come on, this is no time for jokes.
Did I joke?
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Yeah. Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. It's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Skyrunner after all.
Hmm.
And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog.
Yeah.
Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
You're in your normal outfits.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Well, too bad.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
Oh, so you have no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Yeah.
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
I'm glad, but...
I'm glad to hear that, but will that be all right?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, the people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and I believe as I do. Your support is the greatest treasure I could ever have.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your majesty's employ.
Well...
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
Why not?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? And we'll just have to lead by example.
Thank you.
Thank you. All of you. Let's be off.
Shall we?
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind. Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. A land that has not yet lost hope. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
Yeah, move on.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
That's me. What are you... Iceman! Get
They're
up here.
awful, aren't they?
What?
They would have left us behind.
Oh.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Gosh.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow!
Oh, careful.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
Wow.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Also, I'm gonna mute this in case it affects copyright or whatever. But yeah, wow. This game was magical. That's the only way I can really put it. This game was incredible. This is definitely Game of the Year contender for me. Heck, it just might be Game of the Year for me, period. This felt special. It was just... wow. Every single step of the way, it felt just amazing. Like, I was having fun every single step of the way. The story was captivating the entire way through. The gameplay was fun all the way through. Even when I over-leveled myself, it was still fun. And I know I over-leveled way too much for that final battle, but you know what? I don't care. It was still so much fun, even with doing that. But... wow. Just... wow. I do wonder... now I kind of want... I want Metaphor to be its own series now. I don't know if Metaphor could be its own series. Like, I don't know if you could make a second game out of this. Maybe, I don't know. I would love for them to. I would love Metaphor to become its own kind of series because, again, this game was insane. And I would be more than happy for Metaphor ReFantazio to become its own series that has like multiple games in it. I don't know if it will, but I would be more than happy. Maybe you could do like, I mean, considering it seems about like fantasy books, I mean, you could do other, I mean, you don't have to follow the story directly, right? I mean, maybe you could do like another book about another kind of, I don't know. This game was just amazing. I just, damn. Damn. But yeah, that's going to be the end of it. Now, I will probably, I think I will take the time to quickly just go back and see what does the bad ending with more look like? Because I can tell that's a bad ending. So after these credits pass by, we'll do that. We'll go check out what is it that happens if you go hang out with more in Fantasyland. Instead, like, sorry everybody, I just screw your reality. I want to live in this one. And I feel like it might actually lead to a cutscene. Like, it won't just be like, say, the Luis ending where it's just it fades to black and then just dialogue. I feel like it might actually show a genuine cutscene. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it did. Ah, man, this game was just awesome though. And again, I do also kind of, there's a part of me that does kind of hope, like, can we get more of these kind of games? Or at the very least, can we let the Persona team... because the people that made the Persona series, they're the ones who made this game. Can we just let them do more games like this? It doesn't have to explicitly be Metaphor, but you can do more games like this, right? I mean, I guess by that logic, it would still just be Metaphor, but you know what I mean? It's just... oh, this game was awesome. It's honestly kind of sad to me that it's over. I want more. Characters amazing. Monster design. That freaking final monster design of Luis as a human was amazing. It almost looked like he was crying in his monster design, in like the final form, where his face was breaking through the outer shell of like the other, like his other phase. And yeah, he had like a hollow smile through it as well. I don't know. I love monster designs like that. Eldritch horrors beyond my comprehension satisfy me to great extremes. How long is this credit sequence going to go on for? I'm kind of worried it's going to go on for a lot longer than I would think, because they're spacing these credits names out very much. I guess I should go ahead and then talk about other things that we're gonna, like other projects to our games to play through. Well, again, I'm probably just gonna go back to playing through the Trails series. By the time you see this, by the time anyone here sees this recording, I'll probably just still be playing through Trails in the Sky, but or Trails in the Sky? No, not Trails in the Sky. Trails to Azure. That's what series we're in, a game we should be in by now. By the time this releases, we should be in the middle of Trails to Azure. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh dang it. Which I have to actually get back into. I'm so funny thing about Trails to Azure. As of recording this, I'm currently at the literally the final dungeon in Trails to Azure. In the middle of it, I should say. And I have not played that game in like 10, 12 days. So it's going to be fun jumping back into that to beat the game. But what else? I mean, oh, it's, and the dog's barking. Again, sorry about not having the music up. I don't trust it for copyright purposes. I ain't gonna chance it. I just know it's gonna be safer to play it this way. Okay. What else? So, I mean, I guess on the streaming side, I also want to play, I don't know when I'll get back to the streaming side of things, because college is kind of picking up with certain things. Dog! Gosh dang it, dog. The dog only barks at other animals that it sees outside, so someone's probably walking their dog outside right now. But trust me when I say there's no hope in me stopping that dog barking. We've tried. They will not. Part of me wonders if I'm safe to put up the audio again yet. Again, I know it's probably awkward just listening to me in silence, but again, as long as copyright's an issue, then I'm not chancing it. I probably already chanced it too much with just whatchamacallit, the little bit at the beginning. Speaking of audio, music, it's now just gone completely silent on my end as well, so you're not missing out on much at this point for music. I don't want to try and skip it because I feel... Gosh, dang it, dog. Oh, wait. This song, I think, is fine to hear. Alright. Now we won't have to listen in silence, and the dog can have something to mix in the audio with. I'm probably going to be playing this game in my own time. I want to see how... I want to see how quickly you can get every bond maxed out with maxed out stats ahead of time. I do wonder what all carries over. I wonder if it'll tell me right here and then, but again, I also do want to go back and check. I'll probably just set the game to storyteller difficulty just so I can go see what the bad ending is. And that way we don't have to waste time. I mean, it's not like it was any difficult fighting Luis normally, but maybe setting it to storyteller difficulty would make it even quicker, hopefully. Maybe I can just one-shot him with any character. That'd be hilarious, actually. What else, though? Again, I just want more of these kind of games. Come on, please. I really hope that a lot of the lessons they learn from this game end up influencing, like, other series for Atlas. Like, I don't know, maybe Persona. That'd be cool. I don't know. This game is just... This is probably one of my favorite Atlas games, period. This game was just absolutely incredible. Every single step of the way. It was incredible. Why are you spacing out the credit names this much now? Credits. Ah, here we go. Now we're at the end. Studio Zero. Atlas and Sega. That's it. The Great Seeker.
Dear guest, from a world I shall never know. In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you.
Of course.
With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
Undoubtedly. Oh! Do. That's the Caradrius. The Caradrius or whatever.
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
I never expected a view like this.
Yeah.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new book.
A new journey now beckons. In days of Eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideas. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
No!
The strength to believe in the unknown. That can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. What a beautiful line to end on. You can transfer currently owned items with some exceptions. Money, mag, royal virtue, scanned enemies, memorandum, archetype statuses, and total playtime. Absolutely. Absolutely peak. Now let's ruin it all. Let's get to ruining literally every single bit of it. Tyrant Star, Melancholia Depths. Let's set the storyteller mode so we can just see what the bad ending is. Let's go ahead back here. Let's go ahead and ruin Fantasy. Fantasy is going to die in a second here. No, it's going to be ruined. That's what it's going to say. Alright, storyteller. Alright, now let's go kill Luis and get the bad ending.
Look.
La 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 la.
Should we keep going?
Kind of a funny way to end this, but hey, I want to see it. The only bad ending then I think that we are not going to be able to get is the one where you don't accept, like, being the prince.
To burden others with your own fears.
Nothing. Hi, Luis. Luis, I really hope you can... Oh, you hit this instantly revive in battle. That's cool. Hey, Luis, I really hope you're ready to just instantly die. Oh, we're already doing 1,000 damage per attack. That's 5,000 damage with that barely a single increase.
Come forth, royal soul.
Here goes Cry.
Face me.
I'm going to make you suffer.
Here I go. I channel my
This is just bullying at this point. Can I kill him before he gets a single turn? Oh my god.
Midas power. The magic seal.
That's just mean. That is just well and truly mean. That is just messed up what I just did. That is evil. Alright, skip it. Skip it, skip. I will say this, can I say this is one of the other things that I think this game did better than, like, say, like Persona and other series? The skip button is not just a fast forward the scene button. It's an actual genuine skip button. It actually makes sense this time.
Prince,
And it only just...
do you wish to stop me?
It's the same thing. And it only ever stopped so that you can just see the, you know... The, I don't... Options, that's what it is. I'm dead.
I summoned you just in time.
Luis cast a spell. It is kind of funny how fast
Your journey of revolution was just...
You can do that?
You don't have to work. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
I understand. You're right.
I understand. Yes. You're exactly right.
No! Open your eyes!
Indeed. In the end, fantasy and reality cannot intersect. The reprieve of a dream ends at the real world's borders, powerless to change it. You've done well. No one can blame you for choosing the truth. Then let's be on our way. There is no need to cling to the husk of a world that's already rotted away. All things must end in their due time.
Bro, really? That's what I... Fantasy is only fiction. Well, that was anticlimactic. Oh well, at least it didn't take long. Well, thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.